Chapter 852. Long Sanxing Qin Yun felt that it was incomparably thrilling because if he lost, the precious dragon spirit would be gone. Don't go. I still want to gamble. This time I want to win back the dragon spirit, Regent Origin Stone, and King Energy Origin Pill. Xian Rujing's injured hand has already recovered. She promptly walked in front of Qin Yun and blocked his path. Qin Yun looked at Long Chuanwu, then looked at Xian Rujing and said with smile, "You want to win back so many things in one go? You must take out the corresponding things. Do you have anything else to gamble with?" Long Chuanwu no longer has anything. Otherwise, he would not have such a dispirited appearance. His expression looks like he has been castrated. No wonder. Everyone is very curious about what Xian Rujing can take out to gamble. To win back Dragon Spirit, Regent Origin Stone, and King Energy Origin Pill in one go, she will need even more precious things. I will gamble with this immortal sword. Xian Rujing took out the immortal sword. I don't need the immortal sword, so forget it, Qin Yun said. Seeing Xian Rujing take out the immortal sword to gamble, everyone cried out in low voice. Long Chuanwu also had an immortal tool before, but after he finished using it, he returned it to his elders. So he doesn't have one, otherwise he would have already taken it out to gamble. My immortal sword's value is equal to the dragon spirit. Why don't you want it? You are just a little martial king. If you have an immortal tool, everyone will be envious of you. I don't need it. I feel that my things are more valuable than your immortal sword. Even if Qin Yun did not have Nether Spirit's Sacred Blade and Nine Sun Divine Hammer, he would still not care about the immortal sword. Xian Rujing is very worried. She gritted her teeth and said, "Then I will use my body to gamble with you. If you win, I will be yours." Hearing these words, everyone is dumbfounded. Many of the people here are young masters. They have also participated in gambling. They have seen many people use themselves as slaves to gamble. This is a very normal thing. However, Xian Rujing is a woman. Moreover, she is a very young and absolutely beautiful female martial king from Immortal Desolate. She is a high and aloof heaven's proud daughter, yet she actually used herself as a mortgage. What is funny is that Xian Rujing used herself as a mortgage in front of her fiancé, Long Chuanwu. "Rujing, let's forget about it. Let's go back and find our elders." Long Chuanwu yelled. "I won't go. I will surely beat him in the next round." Xian Rujing is very confident. Long Chuanwu became even more anxious because obtaining Xian Rujing's body is something he yearns for even in his dreams. He sacrificed so many good things to gain Xian Rujing's favor and obtain her body. Because after obtaining Xian Rujing's body, he will be able to turn his soul into immortal vein. Therefore, Long Chuanwu is willing to take out such a precious thing like Dragon Spirit to gamble. Qin Yun said with smile, "I am not interested in your body. Furthermore, your body is not as precious as Dragon Spirit and Regent Origin Stones." This caused Xian Rujing to stomp in anger. She yelled, "My body is a priceless treasure. Do you know there are many people in Immortal Desolate who want my body? They are even willing to use 10 Dragon Souls and 100 Regent Origin Stones to exchange for my body. You are a blind bastard." Qin Yun knows that Xian Rujing's body is special, but he is not interested in it at all. "Then tell me, what is so precious about your body?" Long Yutsong said with smile, "So long as someone possesses my body, they can cultivate immortal veins through me. You should know, many formidable immortals in Immortal Desolate only have spirit veins. Their absorption of 9 Sun immortal energy through spirit veins is very slow. If someone can obtain my holy disciple, they can cultivate immortal veins. At least they can cultivate 7 Sun immortal veins." Xian Rujing's voice is very loud and clear, speaking these somewhat shameful words. Qin Yun has 9 Sun Divine Soul. It is equivalent to having 9 Sun Spirit Vein. Even if he goes to Immortal Desolate later, he can quickly absorb 9 Sun immortal energy. Therefore, he is not that thirsty for 9 Sun immortal veins. Everyone looked at Long Chuanwu with strange expression. Because Long Chuanwu did not do anything to Xian Rujing, this is truly laughable. Now they understand why Long Chuanwu is willing to spend so much to curry favor with Xian Rujing. Now everyone can see that Long Chuanwu is not sincere towards Xian Rujing. He is only interested in her special constitution. Immortal veins are very useful for immortals. I don't know when I will become an immortal. So forget it. I am not interested. Qin Yun said with smile. You are not interested in immortal veins. Could it be that you're not interested in a great beauty like Xian Rujing? Are you still a man? A young man laughed loudly and said, Indeed, if you win, you can have a beauty and immortal veins. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Quickly agree to bet. If you win, you will make a huge profit. Many men wanted to jeer, but seeing Long Chuanwu's ashen expression, they immediately shut up. Qin Yun said, If you lose, Long Chuanwu will not let you leave with me. So forget it. He has a group of heavenly dragon sect elders behind him. I cannot fight against you. Moreover, I am not even a bit interested in you. Xian Rujing stamped her foot and said, Idiot, you're not interested in me, but many people are interested in me. If you win, you can use me to exchange for many good things, right? Qin Yun shook his head and said with smile, I don't trust you. Moreover, I don't have the ability to kidnap you. You don't even have a bit of guarantee. You only said that if you lose, you will leave with me and sleep with me. If you lose, you run away and win and take away my things. Won't that be like swindling a wolf with empty hands? Qin Yun is not stupid at all. He is very clear that Xian Rujing is very crafty now. Actually, Xian Rujing was not stupid before. She only became stupid after falling in the river of love. Now that she is sobered up, she is very shrewd. Long Chuanwu seems to have seen through Xian Rujing's thoughts, so he did not stop her. Hearing Qin Yun's words, everyone feels that Xian Rujing is playing tricks. Oof. If you don't want to bet, then don't. Just wait and see how I will deal with you during the martial arts competition. Xian Rujing furiously said. Qin Yun saw through Xian Rujing's crafty scheme from the very beginning. She and Long Chuanwu have been together for so long. She did not even kiss him. It can be seen that she is very chaste. It is impossible for her to casually pawn her chastity. Long Yutsong suddenly laughed and said, I finally understand why Brother Chuanwu is visiting brothels everywhere. There is such a beauty beside you, but you can't touch her. Ha ha ha. Long Yutsong, if you talk nonsense again, I will feed you shit. Long Chuanwu's eyes looked like they were about to shoot out furious thunder and lightning. He roared and roared. Suddenly, many intense auras arrived. These are the auras of half-immortals and martial emperors. Those youngsters also promptly walked to the middle and looked at the elders floating down. You are making such a big commotion here. Are you having a private fight? An old man asked. We are not having a private fight. We are just arm wrestling. We are also gambling some small things. Long Yutsong said with smile. What small things? Those are dragon spirits, king energy origin pills, region origin stones, and other precious things. Xian Rujing is being pawned by herself. At this time, some people informed the elders what happened. A heavenly dragon sect elder flew into a rage after learning that the dragon spirits were lost. He arrived in front of Long Chuanwu in a flash, slapped him, and furiously said, Chuanwu, we lent that dragon spirit to you so that you could comprehend heavenly dragon arts from it. You must return it to heavenly dragon sect later. That is immortal dragon spirit. It is incomparably precious. You actually used it to gamble, you wretched wastrel. It is actually immortal dragon spirit. Everyone burst into an uproar. Qin Yun did not realize it, but now he understands why Xian Rujing wanted it so much. Elder, it is all my fault, if not for me. Chuanwu would not have lost. Xian Rujing has a very remorseful look. Her eyes are moist, she said while sobbing. In order to win back the dragon spirit, I agreed to use my chastity to gamble, but that guy did not want to gamble with me. Qin Yun cursed Xian Rujing in his heart. She is becoming more and more treacherous. Just now everyone can see that Xian Rujing wanted to hog the dragon spirit for herself. Qin Yun even suspects that Xian Rujing deliberately made Long Chuanwu hand over the dragon spirit, because when Long Chuanwu lost, he did not want to hand over the dragon spirit. But Xian Rujing said that she can win it back, So Long Chuanwu handed over the dragon spirit. Xian Rujing instigated Long Chuanwu to hand over the dragon spirit because she wanted to win it back for herself. What a treacherous woman. Long Chuanwu is about to be played to death by her. Ling Yuner said with sneer. Heavenly Dragon Sect's elders saw the usually cold and arrogant Xian Rujing crying with tearful eyes. They did not say anything. Just now they heard from other people that Xian Rujing wanted to gamble. She even revealed the secret of her body, saying that as long as they obtain her, they will be able to cultivate immortal veins. This is indeed a great sacrifice. Ha! That elder slapped Long Chuanwu again. Long Chuanwu was publicly lectured and slapped by an elder. It means that this matter is very serious. A Long family elder walked over Qin Yun and said, Long Yutian, right? Quickly return the dragon spirit, Regent Origin Stone, and King Energy Origin Pill to him. Don't harm our friendship. We were just playing around. Indeed, quickly take them out. Another Long family elder berated. You were the one in the wrong. You lured people to gamble. Quickly return the things to them. Qin Yun said, I'll won them with my own ability. Why should I return them? If they can't afford to lose, then don't play. I wanted to stop several times, but they kept pestering me to continue. What does it have to do with me? You bastard. You dare to speak to your elders like this? You did not grow up in the Dragon King manner, yet you are so rude. Watch how I teach you a lesson. A Long family elder sent a slap towards Qin Yun's face. Qin Yun promptly dodged to the side. You are rebelling. You actually dare to dodge. I will slap your face rotten. Long family elder rushed over. Long Yutsong blocked in front of him. Heavenly Dragon Sect people also relax a lot because those Long family elders will surely help them take back the dragon spirit. Long Yutsong, Long Yutian, your father is dead. I will teach you a lesson. That old man said with sneer. He is a half-immortal. It is very easy for him to deal with two martial kings. Long family half-immortal released his power to freeze Long Yutsong and then sent a slap. Suddenly a cold light flashed. That old man's hand dropped to the ground. It has been cut off at the shoulder. Blood is continuously flowing out from his shoulder. Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive. He was planning to run away with Long Yutsong. He did not expect that someone would suddenly attack. I, Long Songxing, am not dead yet. It is not someone else's turn to teach my grandson a lesson. While speaking, a handsome gray-clothed middle-aged man appeared in front of Long Yutsong. Chapter 853. Turn the tables? Long Yutsong saw his grandfather and became extremely excited and happy. He promptly walked over and complained to Long Songxing about his father's death. As soon as Long Songxing came out, he realized that one of his sons died. He looks very calm on the surface, but no one knows what he is thinking in his heart. Long Songxing, your son died on the battle stage. This is allowed, so don't think about taking revenge on Chuanwu. A Long family half-immortal said, Of course, if you want revenge, you can only kill Chuanwu on the battle stage. Long Yutsong tried before, but was unable to succeed. Now, Long Yutian suddenly appeared. His strength is very strong. He defeated Long Chuanwu and Xian Rujing in arm wrestling. Long Songxing looked at Qin Yun. As soon as he came out, someone told him about Long Yutian. Now he is not sure whether or not this bald brat is his grandson or not. Grandfather, we want a lot of good things, but those guys want to force us to hand them over. Long Yutsong promptly informed Long Songxing. After Long Songxing heard this, he looked at Qin Yun in endless amazement. Long family and Heavenly Dragon Sect people now feel that the situation is very thorny. Because with Long Songxing here, it will not be easy for them to take back the dragon spirit. Long Songxing is very strong. The reason why they don't dare to attack Long Yutsong is because of this aspect, unless it is on the battle stage. Those things were won by my grandson with his own ability. If you want to take them back from him, you will have to go through me first. Long Songxing said with sneer, How about this? We go to the battle stage, and you send someone to fight me one-on-one. If you kill me, then you can take back those things. A Heavenly Dragon Sect half-immortal said in cold voice, Dragon spirit is incomparably precious to us. If you are tactful, you better make your grandson hand it over. These kids are just playing around. Why should we elders take it seriously? A Long family old man also said, Long Sangshing, if your grandson lost very precious things, you would not take it seriously, right? If you want to take back those things, kill me. Long Sangshing's expression sank. You are all half immortals. If you are not convinced, then come and fight me. Don't just stand there babbling. Qin Yun and Long Yucong promptly stood behind Long Sangshing and looked at Long Chuanwu's group with proud expression. Long Chuanwu was slapped twice by his elders in front of everyone. He is burning with anger in his heart. Seeing Long Yucong and others sneering at him, he became even angrier. Xian Rujing only feels that it is a pity that she did not obtain any good things. But seeing Long Chuanwu being reprimanded made her extremely happy in her heart. None of the elders of the Heavenly Dragon sect and the Long family dared to come out and accept the challenge. Qin Yin knows that Long Yucong's grandfather is very awesome. Otherwise, Long Yucong would not have been able to obtain an ancient dragon tree to build the Dragon Tree Pavilion. Moreover, he would not have been able to obtain dozens of spots to sell for several billion. Long Sangxing said with sneer, What? Do you still want to get those things back? Hurry up and send someone to fight with me. You cowards only know how to bully the younger generation. Long Yucong also shouted, Heavenly Dragon sect, old bastards, you came from a mortal desolate. Aren't you very powerful? Hurry up and fight with my grandfather. If you have the guts, then kill him. Everyone saw how arrogant the grandfather and grandson pair are. They don't dare to say anything. Heavenly Dragon sect and Long family elders are the most furious. If it was before, they might have dared to attack, but they went to explore the Dragon Cave, and some of their half-immortals were seriously injured. They don't have enough power to fight against Long Sangxing. Because according to rumor, Long Sangxing is a sixth tribulation half-immortal. Moreover, he is an inscription master. Qin Yin also inquired before, Long Sangxing can be considered as a younger generation, but he became a half-immortal at such a young age. Moreover, he quickly crossed several half-immortal tribulations and is also a genius inscription master. Thus, this junior only had enough confidence to contend against those of the older generation. Qin Yun is secretly apprehensive looking at Long Sangxing. He did not expect that there are crouching tigers and hidden dragons inside the Dragon King Manor. There is such a talented expert hidden inside. Heavenly Dragon sect people came from Immortal Desolate. They should have enough power to fight back, but they don't dare because they are afraid that Long Sangxing will fight them to the death. Now the situation has reached an impasse. Heavenly Dragon sect and Long family elders want to take back the Dragon Spirit, but with Long Sangxing here, it is very difficult for them to do so. There is no harm in doing this. We will use things to exchange for the Dragon Spirit. A Heavenly Dragon sect elder looked at Long Sangxing and said, You will have to ask this brat. Long Sangxing looked at Qin Yun. I'm not willing. Qin Yun said, Can you take out something of equal value to exchange for the Dragon Spirit? If you truly have it, are you willing to part with it? An immortal tool. That elder said, I don't want it. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, What broken immortal tool? I don't want it. Long family elder furiously said, Then what do you want? Qin Yun said with smile, Use Long Chuanwu's life to exchange. Are you willing? Hearing this, Long Chuanwu's heart jumped and he yelled, Don't even think about it. Heavenly Dragon sect people also won't agree because Long Chuanwu is very important. 100 billion purple crystal coins. A Long family elder said, Are you trying to swindle a child? He doesn't even want a mortal tool. Why would he want your 100 billion purple crystal coins? No matter how bad an immortal tool is, it is not something that can be bought with 100 billion. Long Sangxing said with sneer, You are not willing to take out even better things to exchange with me. Qin Yun groaned. This is something you youngsters play around with. Yet you want us to treat it seriously? We're willing to use things to exchange with you. This is already very good. Heavenly Dragon sect elder furiously said, Old turtle, if Long Chuanwu won my good things, would you treat it as a joke? Don't just stand there and talk. Qin Yun said with sneer. At this time, Xian Rujing said in soft voice, How about this? Let me gamble with him again. Maybe I can make a comeback. Spectators don't know whether to laugh or cry. Even at this kind of time, Xian Rujing still wants to gamble again. This is the first time they have seen a woman who likes gambling so much. You lost to me before. You still dare to gamble again? Qinyan said with smile. I have 2 divine ability martial spirits. I only used 1 divine ability power before. If I use 2 divine abilities, it will not be difficult for me to defeat you. I'm a late-stage martial king, and you look like you've just cultivated King Qi, right? You're only initial stage martial king. Xian Rujing said in a very unconvinced manner. Heavenly Dragon sect people know Xian Rujing very well. They also know that she is very strong, but they still feel that it is somewhat unfathomable. Long Sanxing also finds this very interesting. He wants to see how awesome this grandson who suddenly appeared is to be able to repeatedly defeat such strong opponents. Forget it if you don't want to gamble. I am not the one who lost the dragon spirit anyways. Xian Rujing lightly sighed. I only want to take back the dragon spirit. Long Sanxing said with smile. If you want to take back the dragon spirit, you can only use this method. You must win back the way you lost. Qinyan said. They have to take out something good enough as a bargaining chip. Xian Rujing said. It doesn't need to be too good. It should be enough to move your heart. You are so sure that you can win. So even if the chips are not equal, you will still have the heart to pick up the dragon spirit for free and then agree to gamble with me. Indeed, Qinyan said. Heavenly Dragon sect people thought about it and feel that this is the only method. One old man asked, Rujing, what do you think we should use to move his heart and make him agree to gamble with you? Xian Rujing said, I obtained 40 Regent Origin Stones before. You took away a lot of them. How many can you take out now? 50. One old man's eyes lit up because Regent Origin Stones are not that important to them. But to martial kings and martial emperors, they're very precious. Qinyan cursed in his heart. This is indeed something he wants very much, but its value is far below dragon spirit. He is very confident in his own strength. He feels that obtaining 50 Regent Origin Stones will not be difficult, but he is worried that he will lose. All right, we are willing to use 50 Regent Origin Stones as chips. If we win, you only need to give us the dragon spirit. Heavenly Dragon sect old man said. I agree, but you must first take out the Regent Origin Stones, and then we will talk. I am afraid that you are cheating. Qinyan said. Those people took out the Regent Origin Stones one after another and piled them up on the ground. Qinyan is now at ease. He walked towards the table and extended his hand. This is the last round. Xian Rujing said with sneer. Wretched Baldy, I will surely defeat you. Xian Rujing, to be honest, those 50 Regent Origin Stones are more valuable than your body. You might think that you are as beautiful as a celestial fairy, an exceptional beauty capable of toppling cities, but in my eyes, you are not even comparable to those stones. Qinyan chuckled. Everyone secretly admired Qinyan's courage. He actually dared to say such words in front of Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing is like a bomb that has been ignited. The fury within her body suddenly burst out. She tightly grabbed Qinyan's hand. Wretched Baldy, I will defeat you. Xian Rujing furiously shouted. Begin. Heavenly Dragon sect old man saw the opportunity and immediately shouted. Begin. Xian Rujing's body flickered with romantic light. She summoned Snow Woman Immortal. However, at this time, Qinyan unleashed all of his moves. Super Gravity, Suffering Divine Ability Power, Vibration Divine Ability Power, 9 Extinction Xian Power, Devouring Power. All of them were released in succession. Qinyan took the initiative this time. Suffering Divine Ability caused severe pain to Xian Rujing's arm. Super Gravity, Vibration Divine Ability, as well as 9 Extinction Xian Power rushed out one after another, producing a tremendous power. In a short while, Xian Rujing's hand was pressed down. Devouring Power absorbed Xian Rujing's bone, penetrating ice-cold power. Bang! Xian Rujing's hand was heavily pressed down on the table by Qinyan. A very strong air wave surged out, causing everyone's hair to become disheveled. Not long after the start, Xian Rujing lost. Xian Rujing is dumbfounded. She finds it hard to accept this fact. She is extremely furious, promptly pounced over and bit Qin Yun's arm, causing him to howl in pain. Everyone is dumbfounded. This noble, dignified, as beautiful as a celestial fairy is biting people like a dog. Chapter 854. 9 Dragon Devil Prison. This is the first time Qin Yun is being bitten like this. It is very painful. In a moment of desperation, plus he heard Long Yutsong's vulgar words, he cannot help but extend his hand and use that self-taught consummate skill. H. After being grabbed, Xian Rujing loosened her mouth and let out a sharp scream. Furious Xian Rujing took out an immortal sword. Her expression is ice-cold, and she stabbed at Qin Yun. Qin Yun dodged and hid behind Long Songxing. Long Songxing also did not expect that such a thing would happen. Step down. Long Songxing coldly shouted, released a light wind, and blew away Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing was grabbed in public just now. She is extremely ashamed and resentful. She wished she could kill Qin Yun, but she knows that with Long Songxing here, she will not be able to succeed. I won. I lost the bet. The things belong to me, Qin Yun said, then walked over and took away all the region origin stones. Heavenly Dragon sect people can only look on helplessly as those 50 region origin stones entered someone else's pocket. Especially Long family people, they are very distressed about those region origin stones. They are very important to them. Long Yutian, you violated our Long family's rules. You molested and humiliated a woman in front of everyone in the Dragon King manor, acted indecently towards a woman, violated a woman's body. A Long family old man suddenly thought of something and loudly shouted. These old men had memorized the Long family's rules and whatnot by heart. Now they're all denouncing Qin Yun. After Xian Rujing heard this, she started wailing and incessantly cursed Qin Yun. Qin Yun is puzzled. He was also taken advantage of by Xian Rujing before. Why did no one speak up for him at that time? Long Songxing, you're also a person who abides by the rules. Your grandson has violated our Long family's rules. How do you think we should deal with him? A Long family elder said with sneer. You better not violate our Long family's rules. Everyone knows that Long Songxing is a very old-fashioned person. He is also very protective of Long family's rules. Now he is in a very difficult situation. According to our family's rules, this kind of thing can happen at most 10 years, at least half a year. Seeing that he only touched it a bit, we will lock him up for 5 years. A Long family elder said with sneer. Are you blind? She bit me first. This is considered a private fight. Why don't you punish her? And I was only bitten and casually touched, yet you imprison me for 5 years? Qin Yun shouted angrily. In that case, I'll lock you up for half a year. This is already the lightest punishment. The old man said again. Half a year it is. Long Songxing yelled. Being imprisoned for half a year was nothing. But in 2 days, the martial art competition will begin inside the Dragon King Manor. As long as one wins, he will be able to obtain the Dragon and Phoenix twin martial spirits. Qin Yun could not be imprisoned for half a year or he would miss it. Grandfather, is there any way to not be locked up? Qin Yun quickly asked. I heard that as long as you contribute to the Long family, you can atone for your crimes. That is correct, but we need 5 elders of our Dragon King Manor to agree. Long Songxing said with frown. 5 elders are over there. Those 5 elders were all in cahoots with the Heavenly Dragon sect. It was simply impossible to get their approval. Is there any other way? Qin Yun very anxiously said. In 2 days, there will be a martial arts competition. It is an opportunity for me to compete with Long Chuanwu. I want to kill him. Long Chuanwu laughed loudly and said, Wretched Baldy, you can beat me in arm wrestling, but that doesn't mean you can defeat me. You want to kill me? You are still too tender. After Qin Yun heard this, he is very unconvinced and said in cold voice, Long Chuanwu, don't be too proud. I will surely kill you. Long Yutsong knows that Qin Yun is very anxious to take back the Dragon and Phoenix martial spirits. He thought for a bit and said, Old boy, your crime is not too serious. You can choose to enter 9 Dragon Devil Prison. Hearing the words 9 Dragon Devil Prison, Those Long family youngsters deeply inhaled a mouthful of cold air. 9 Dragon Devil Prison is the most dreadful prison in the Dragon King Manor. I heard that many people who have suffered cultivation deviation in our Dragon King Manor are imprisoned inside. 9 Dragon Devil Prison has a total of 9 passes. Each is guarded by 9 very strong people. So long as you defeat them, you can come out. That Baldy has only been imprisoned for half a year. Why would he choose to enter 9 Dragon Devil Prison? Long Songxing said in low voice. Yu Qian, if you enter 9 Dragon Devil Prison, you can come out as long as you defeat the 9 guards. How is the situation inside? Qinyan asked. It's all right, although the people in prison inside have all suffered cultivation deviation. They rarely go crazy. It is very safe inside. The most dreadful ones are the 9 guards. Long Songxing said. All right, I choose to enter 9 Dragon Devil Prison. Qinyan said. Since Long Yucong let him choose to enter 9 Dragon Devil Prison, it means that he believes that Qinyan has the strength to come out. Long family elders have face filled with smile. You are courting death. Don't blame others, a Long family elder said with sinister smile. His face is filled with eerie coldness. A group of people brought Qinyan and flew towards a 9-floor pagoda inside the Dragon King Manor. This pagoda is very big. It is square-shaped, 100 meters wide. Each floor is very high. From the outside, it can be seen that each floor of the pagoda is a small-scale battle stage. It is clearly used for fighting. Qinyan has been brought to the first floor. After you enter, you can fight your way up to the 9th floor, defeat the guards of the 9th floor, and come out from the entrance at the top of the pagoda. An elder said with chuckle. If you can't defeat them, you will be imprisoned inside for the rest of your life. Although the people in prison inside have all suffered cultivation deviation, they're all very strong. Nobody has been able to come out for many years. Long Songxing patted Qinyan's shoulder and said, the guards have mastered a power that can confuse one's mind. Therefore, it is very difficult for people who have suffered cultivation deviation to resist this power. It is very difficult for them to defeat the guards. But you are different. You have never suffered cultivation deviation. That elder laughed loudly and said, even if you have never suffered cultivation deviation, it is very easy for you to suffer cultivation deviation, unless your mind is very strong. Qinyan is not afraid at all. He said, I must come out within 2 days. I have signed up to participate in the martial art competition. I want to fight. I want to defeat Long Chuanwu. Everyone thinks that he is taking revenge for his father. In fact, his goal is to take back the dragon and phoenix martial spirits. Long Songxing also nodded and said, Yu Qian, if you can kill Long Chuanwu, I will reward you handsomely. Qinyan became even more excited hearing this. What kind of reward? Long Yucong promptly asked. In any case, good stuff. Long Songxing chuckled, go. Qinyan's impersonation of Long Yutian was very successful. Even Long Songxing believed him. Long family people are very unhappy, and Heavenly Dragon sect people are very worried. Because their Heavenly Dragon sect's precious immortal dragon spirit has not been taken back. Qinyan was escorted by a few elders into the 9 Dragon Devil Prison's first floor. As soon as he entered, he sensed many auras. There are more than 100 people inside. Many people are sitting cross-legged at the edge. There are men, women, young and old. Most of these people were from the Long family. They had all been imprisoned here because they had gone berserk during their cultivation and killed indiscriminately. Their spirit martial realm, Xin martial realm, martial king realm, there are no martial emperor realm people. Seeing a newcomer come in, the people inside curiously looked over. Brat, you are so young, yet you already suffered cultivation deviation? What caused it? Did you cultivate devil technique, or did your foundation become unstable? Or was it caused by other factors? An old man asked. No, because I violated family rules. I will be imprisoned for half a year. But I want to leave quickly, so I chose to enter the 9 Dragon Devil Prison. Qinyan said. After everyone heard this, they burst into laughter. Little demon, you are truly an idiot. With your strength, you will never be able to reach the 9th floor in your lifetime. Idiot, you should have obediently been imprisoned for half a year. Why did you come to this kind of place to be abused? Oh, that's right. What did you do wrong? Why were you imprisoned for half a year? You must have done something stupid. Everyone burst into laughter again. Qin Yun is actually very calm. He said, "Where's the prison keeper? I want to quickly defeat him. I want to go out and participate in the martial arts competition." A youth with sharp mouth promptly walked over and said with sneer, "Prison keeper? You just came in and you want to challenge the prison keeper? Did you know that the prison keeper only fights 2 times a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon? We have so many people, and yet we can't even get enough people. Why is it your turn to fight the prison keeper? It is very late at night. Daybreak will arrive very soon. At that time, the prison keeper should be able to fight the morning match, right?" Qin Yun said with smile, "I will fight that match." "Arrogant guy, why are you fighting?" The youth with sharp mouth said with sneer, "Because I have strength." Qin Yun said with laugh, "I hate arrogant guys like you the most. Let me properly teach you a lesson. I also lack sparring partners. From now on, you will accompany me in sparring." The youth with sharp mouth said with sneer, "Sparring? Who do you think you are?" Qin Yun tightly clenched his fists. "Bastard, I'll let you be my sparring partner. It is already thinking highly of you. Since you don't know what's good for you, I'll make you my slave." The youth with sharp mouth's body released a burst of purple-gold light. A purple-gold dragon image floated behind him. Longbow's purple-gold dragon martial spirit can be considered very good here. Looking at his current Xian power, he should be peak Xian martial realm, right? What is that Baldy's cultivation? He should be mid to late stage Xian martial realm. This Baldy is finished. Angering Longbow is a very miserable matter. There are many youngsters here. They're all watching like they're watching a play. Chapter 855. Prison Keeper Qin Yun is not afraid at all. He looked at Longbow and said, "I don't want to fight you. I also don't want to waste energy on you. You should just forget about it." Longbow laughed loudly and said, "You are just bluffing. Are you afraid? Ha ha. It is not too late for you to beg for mercy." Qin Yun coldly looked at Longbow and said, "Beg for mercy? Someone like you isn't even fit to carry my shoes. Why do you have to make me beg for mercy?" Everyone quickly look. This guy is truly arrogant. He actually dares to say that I, Longbow, am not fit to carry his shoes. Longbow laughed loudly and said, "The more arrogant you are, the more pain I will make you later." Everyone roared with laughter. "Wretched Baldy, who told you to be arrogant?" Longbow flew over. The dragon image behind him also roared, giving people a very strong feeling. Longbow's speed is very fast, causing many people to praise him again and again. "Baldy, quickly call me master." After Longbow arrived, he punched Qin Yun's chest and burst out with purple-gold light rays. Longbow has purple-gold dragon martial spirit. His Xian Dao power is also very dreadful. He forced Qin Yun to retreat a few steps. Longbow saw that Qin Yun only retreated a few steps and cannot help but sweat profusely. Just now, he clearly sensed that his power was not enough to injure Qin Yun. Everyone is also stunned, because they did not expect that Longbow, who is not weak at all, would only be able to force Qin Yun to retreat a few steps. "You must have endured. It must be like this." Longbow forced himself to calm down, then laughed loudly and said, "You are just bluffing. You must have been so scared that you could not even move. Longbow, right?" Qin Yun's voice faded away and his body suddenly disappeared. Next moment, he appeared behind Longbow. Longbow sensed that someone is behind him. He promptly turned his head and saw Qin Yun behind him. He immediately cried out in fear, and Qin Yun also punched. Qin Yun did not use Nether Sun's power. Instead, he used Immortal Devil Body's pure physical power. His fist is as hard as top-quality Xian tool. It is like a hammer smashing down. Longbow's face has been smashed to pieces. His face is full of blood. He was sent flying and hit the wall, screaming in pain. Logan was defeated by a single punch. "The quota to challenge the prison keeper is mine," Qin Yun said. At this moment, a middle-aged man walked over slowly and sneered. "Young man, you hid your strength well, and you're very strong. But if you want to take that spot, you'll have to go through me." Me too. Me too. Many people began to shout. They were all old and middle-aged Martial King realm cultivators. Qin Yun said, "If I want to get a spot, I have to defeat you, right?" The middle-aged man said, "That's true, but do you have that strength? You must have just entered the Martial King realm, right? It is indeed enough to bully those at the peak of the Xian martial realm. However, in front of us seniors who have entered the Martial King realm a long time ago, you are nothing. How dare you try to take the quota?" The others also nodded in agreement. "Arrogant young man, let me teach you the rules of the Nine-Dragon Devil Prison." That middle-aged man stretched out his foot and said, "Lick the dust off my shoe clean. I, Long Ho, can guarantee that no one will bully you here." Everyone immediately smiled. Long Bo is Long Ho's little brother. Back then, Long Bo also licked Long Ho's shoe. Now, is this Baldy's turn? Long Bo can go die. This Baldy is clearly better than Long Bo. This guy Long Ho must have taken a fancy to this Baldy. He wants to take him as his little brother. This Baldy is too young. He doesn't know the rules here and just blindly shouted. Now he is being taught a lesson. Long Ho's face is filled with proud smile as he said, "Quickly lick my shoe clean. I can guarantee that within 10 days, you will get a spot." Qin Yun said, "Trash, you must have been in the first floor for a very long time, right? You can't even go up, yet you want to take in little brother." Long Ho became furious and said in cold voice, "Did you just call me trash?" Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, "I am not scolding you. I am scolding everyone here. You have been in the first floor for so long, yet you can't even defeat the prison guards. Yet you are still flaunting your prowess and flattering each other. If you are not trash, then what are you?" His words infuriated the others. "Long Ho, quickly teach him a lesson. If you don't come, I will. Quickly, we want to line up and beat him up. It has been a long time since I met this kind of arrogant youngster. Let's all beat him up, let him learn a lesson, and not be so arrogant in the future." The people who are speaking are all old men. Long Ho said in cold voice, "Did you hear? You have offended everyone here. If you don't want to be beaten up by them, then lick my shoe clean. I will guarantee that you won't be bullied. To be honest, even if a trash like you wanted to lick my shoe, I would not give it to you. A trash like you only knows how to lick my shoe." Qin Yun very arrogantly laughed and said, Seeing how arrogant he is, other people are startled. "You bastard, you are courting death." Long Ho furiously roared. He chopped down with his palm and released a very strong Xian Dao power. It is filled with dense king energy. The palm that chopped down is like a huge golden sword. It brought along a burst of dragon roar. Gale is accompanied by golden thunder and lightning. The momentum is astonishing. It is filled with berserk might. Qin Yun also attacked with his palm. It is a very ordinary palm, but it brought along a dragon roar. It is precisely Extinction Dragon Palm. The palm power of Extinction Dragon's 7 palms rushed out like crushing dry weeds and smashing rotten wood and landed on Long Ho's palm. 2 palms collided and a loud explosion sound echoed. A burst of ferocious and tyrannical astral wind blew on the first floor battle stage, causing it to let out hoo-hoo sound. Other people have been blown away and released protective barrier to block. After Long Ho and Qin Yun's palm collided, he screamed in pain. A lot of blood has appeared on his arm. His clothes and skin have been torn apart by the vibration. "Trash, you are not even qualified to lick my shoe." Qin Yun's body flashed, and his fist smashed down. It is as if it can split open a mountain. The fist energy is like 10,000 horses galloping. It violently surged down. Boom! Long Ho was hit by the forging dragon energy and flew out like a meteor. His body emitted a burst of golden light. "Bastard! I want!" Puff! Long Ho is seriously injured. He is spitting out blood while speaking. It is not allowed to kill people here. So Qin Yun is also holding back. "You bunch of trash. Didn't you say you want to beat me up? Quickly come up." Qin Yun's gaze swept through the group of old men and said disdainfully, "Let me subdue you." A long-bearded old man suddenly appeared behind Qin Yun and sent a palm attack. At the same time, Qin Yun released suffering divine ability. That old man's body suddenly felt endless pain. He let out a miserable scream and fell down on the ground. rolling, and screaming. After Qin Yun arrived, he started punching and kicking, beating that old man until he screamed in pain. "Scram for me." Qin Yun kicked that old man and sent him flying. He crashed into Long Ho, who just crawled up. Long Ho was pressed down by that old man and could not help but spit out a mouthful of blood, causing the old man's body to be covered with blood. Both of them are in pain. They are groaning in pain. I will say it again. The spot to challenge the prison keeper in the morning is mine. None of you can snatch it from me. Qin Yun coldly swept his eyes over those people with his hands behind his back. "Little demon, it is not your turn to dominate here. We will attack together," a middle-aged man yelled. Soon after, a few middle-aged men and old men also flew over one after another. Qin Yun looked at them. With a thought, he made Ling Yuner release supergravity. Rumble. More than 10 people who are approaching from all directions are immediately pressed down on the ground. Dominate? What is there to dominate in front of trash like you? I will defeat the prison keeper and leave. I don't feel like staying together with trash like you. Qin Yun is somewhat angry. He promptly walked over and stomped on those people lying on the ground. He vigorously stomped his foot and released vibration power, causing those people to spit out mouthful of blood. I don't want to provoke you. It is you who are looking for trouble. Every time Qin Yun stomped his foot, the ground slightly trembled. It could be seen how formidable his might is. Everyone is dumbfounded looking at this scene. They really did not expect that this bald youth would be so formidable. He can oppress all the martial kings here. Now all the remaining people are not even martial kings. They don't even dare to let out a fart. Qin Yun's ice-cold eyes swept over the group of people, causing them to shiver. Now who else is against me? Hurry up and stand out. My fist will convince you all wholeheartedly. Qin Yun said coldly. No one dared to speak because those who opposed were kicked to a corner and piled up there, screaming in pain. Those dozen or so martial kings are the strongest, but they were beaten to their knees. Those people who mocked Qin Yun earlier did not dare to speak. They did not even dare to look at Qin Yun, fearing that they would be beaten up. Just like this, everyone endured in a very oppressive and fearful atmosphere until dawn. The sky brightened, and suddenly, a person slowly emerged from the ground. That person is dressed in black. He is a cold and arrogant young man. His appearance is also very handsome. However, he gives people a very ruthless and cold feeling. "Are you the prison keeper?" Qin Yun walked over and asked. "That's right, my first trial's prison keeper is called Black Dragon," the black-clothed youth said. "You just arrived, right?" He also saw the people piled up in the corner. They're all martial kings, and they are all heavily injured. "Yes, can I start fighting you now?" Qin Yun asked. He is very anxious now, because he can only fight 2 battles a day, and the pagoda has a total of 9 floors. If he can only fight 2 battles a day, even if he wins consecutively, he can only pass 2 floors a day. It is impossible to reach the 9th floor in 2 days. But now, Qin Yun can only fight. "If you want to go up, you must defeat me." Black Dragon said, "You don't have that kind of strength, so you should give up. I also don't feel like fighting you." Chapter 856. Tower Sweeper Chapter 856. Tower Sweeper, that guard called Black Dragon, also saw the situation around him, but he still feels that Qin Yun cannot defeat him. "All right, if you can't defeat me, you can't challenge me again for a year," Black Dragon said with sneer. "You won't shed a tear until you see the coffin. You guys who have entered Cultivation Deviation, you don't know what true power is." Qin Yun has not entered Cultivation Deviation, so he is not afraid at all. Everyone raised their spirit. They want to see how Black Dragon will teach Qin Yun a lesson. Black Dragon took out a black cloth and covered his eyes. Then he put on a bee-skin robe that is full of bloodstains and wrapped himself up tightly. "What are you doing?" Qin Yun feels that it is somewhat strange and asked curiously. "I don't want your blood to touch me." Black Dragon's voice is filled with incomparable contempt. "I have met too many people like you who don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. I also don't want to see your ugly face after being beaten up by me." Qin Yun cannot help but laugh. This Black Dragon is the kind of person who doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth, yet he is talking about other people. Sir Black Dragon has been with old ancestor Immortal Dragon since childhood. His strength is not something that guy can imagine. Indeed, before we came in, we didn't know that old ancestor Immortal Dragon was nurturing talents. Moreover, the people he nurtured are definitely stronger than those geniuses outside. The guards of every floor of 9 Dragon Devil Prison are nurtured by old ancestor Immortal Dragon. Even though they are only martial kings, they are very young. They are stationed in 9 Dragon Devil Prison. They have gone through hundreds of battles and have incomparably rich battle experience. A3. I don't know when we will be able to pass through the first floor. Otherwise, we will be locked up for life. Majority of the people locked up here are people who have entered cultivation deviation. Moreover, after entering cultivation deviation, their strength increased sharply and they can go on a killing spree. Qin Yun is secretly amazed hearing the discussions of the people around him. He did not expect that old ancestor Immortal Dragon would nurture talents. Moreover, this matter is very secretive. I don't know if Long Yucong knows or not. If he knew, he would have told me. Qin Yun said in his heart. When he came in, Long Yucong and Long Songxing did not mention this matter to him. After the Black Dragon put on his battle robe, he said, "You can attack me now. Consider it as me going easy on you." The reason he covered his eyes was to show off his powerful perception. Qin Yun felt that the Black Dragon was showing off his strength. After all, he would be very bored if he stayed here all day. He could only use this kind of thing to find some fun. This kind of guy who loves to show off is my favorite. Qin Yun snickered in his heart and then used Passing Shadow Extinction Breath Step. With a whoosh, everyone lost sight of Qin Yun. Even his aura was gone. That Black Dragon's perception is very strong. No one could sense Qin Yun's aura, but he could sense a weak aura coming at him. Huh! Black Dragon shouted and sent a palm strike in a certain direction. The palm force he struck out collided with a transparent ball of energy in the air, causing a burst of air explosion. Everyone hurriedly praised the Black Dragon for being able to sense the enemy's attacks, even though it was blindfolded. However, Qin Yun, who had just disappeared, appeared behind Black Dragon. But the Black Dragon didn't know. By the time the Black Dragon reacted, Qin Yun's palm strike had already arrived. When he raised his palm, the Extinction Dragon palm power surged out violently. Waves of energy surged out from the pores on his arm. It was like a sorrowful dragon roar. The Black Dragon knew that the power is very strong, but he had no time to dodge or block. Bang! Qin Yun's palm heavily landed on the Black Dragon's face. The Black Dragon let out a painful and angry roar. His body heavily hit the wall and then fell to the ground and rolled a few times. He also spat out a lot of blood that covered his robe. His bee skin robe was originally used to prevent other people's blood from splashing on his body, but now it is stained with his own blood. Is this the strength of the prison keeper? Qin Yun slowly walked over, and everyone is dumbstruck. They are completely stunned by Qin Yun's strength. The Black Dragon was slapped. The injuries on his body are not light nor heavy, but it made him unable to continue fighting. He tore off the black cloth covering his eyes and glared at Qin Yun. "Can I go to the second floor now?" Qin Yun asked with a smile. The Black Dragon, who was pretending to be very powerful earlier, has now been slapped into a fool. He can only angrily look at Qin Yun. You can go up." The Black Dragon took out a talisman and handed it to Qin Yun. Qin Yun took the talisman, and after opening it, he was sucked into it by a power. In the blink of an eye, he entered the second floor. He felt somewhat surprised. He didn't expect that the Black Dragon would let him smoothly enter the second floor. The Black Dragon lied on the ground and said with a cold smile, "If this bastard goes to the second floor, he will definitely be tortured to a point where his life is worse than death." Huh? Qin Yun arrived at the second floor. There are not as many people here as the first floor. There are only a dozen or so people. They are all old men and middle-aged men. Among them, there are a few middle-aged men who are covered in injuries. They are sitting on the ground, leaning against the wall. In particular, there were 2 middle-aged men whose bodies were covered with ghastly wounds. Those wounds were filled with a black liquid that looked like venom. Xiao Yun, The injuries on those guys' bodies are filled with special poison, causing their wounds to be unable to heal. Moreover, it is filled with corroding skin, flesh, and bones. It will take many years to completely remove the poison, Ling Yuner said. After Qin Yun heard this, he frowned. The guardian of the second floor of the 9-Dragon Devil prison uses poison. Those old men and middle-aged men are amazed to see a young man come up. Greetings, seniors. Junior's name is Long Yutian. How can I challenge the guardian of the second floor? Qin Yun asked. Stand in the middle and vigorously stomp on the ground a few times. The poisoned dragon will appear, an old man said. Qin Yun did not expect that he would be able to smoothly fight the guardian of the second floor. But thinking about it, there are not many people in the second floor. Moreover, all of them are injured. They will not challenge the guardian every day. So it is not like the first floor where there are so many people fighting over the quota. Qin Yun is now a lot more relieved because the third and fourth floor will be the same. The prerequisite is that he can quickly go up. The second floor is the same size as the first floor. The only difference is that there are very few people here. After arriving at the middle, Qin Yun vigorously stomped on the ground a few times. After he stomped a few times, the ground suddenly overflowed with white light. Soon after, a short and small youth ran out. This youth looks very comical. His face is filled with anger. He is Du Long. Du Long shouted at Qin Yun. You just entered the second floor? You woke me up from my sleep. I want to challenge you. I want to enter the third floor. Qin Yun said. Quickly, Scram. I don't want to fight you. A guy like you is like a clay figurine. One hit and you will shatter. If by any chance I kill you, I will be punished again. The short and small Du Long glanced at Qin Yun with a gaze filled with contempt and said again, Look at the guys here. Which one of them is not stronger than you? But now they're all like dead dogs. Qin Yun did not say anything. Instead, he arrived behind Du Long in a flash. Then with extremely fast speed, he kicked Du Long's but like kicking a ball, sending Du Long flying. Du Long, who was sent flying, vigorously slammed his face against the wall. The impact is very miserable. His nose is bleeding. This caused the poisoned and injured middle-aged and old men to be moved. Their faces are filled with disbelief, because in all these years, they have never seen Du Long suffer such a loss. You bastard! I want you to die a horrible death. Du Long wiped his nose. His hand is full of blood. He immediately shouted in anger. Then his body transformed into a black wind and surged towards Qin Yun. With a glance, Qin Yun knew that it is a poisonous wind. Furthermore, it is as sharp as a blade. He immediately released body-protecting dragon handle. Du Long, who transformed into a black wind, collided with the light barrier of body-protecting dragon handle. Immediately, he screamed miserably and shouted in fear, Body-protecting dragon handle. How can you have body-protecting dragon handle? Who the hell are you? Cut the crap, I want to go to the third floor. Qin Yun released body-protecting dragon handle and wrapped it around his fist. He quickly punched at the short Du Long. In the blink of an eye, dozens of punches landed on Du Long's face. Du Long never expected this baldy to be so powerful. Regardless of strength or speed, they're far above him. After Du Long was bombarded by Qin Yun's chaotic punches, he was beaten to the point of crying. Then he gave Qin Yun a talisman and told him to scram to the third floor. Qin Yun took the talisman and arrived at the third floor. There are only 8 people on the third floor. The third floor's guardian is also very arrogant, and she is also a middle-aged woman. Looks like a very good young man. Haha, very good. I haven't met this kind of young man in a long time. I want to squeeze you dry out. When that ordinary-looking middle-aged woman looked at Qin Yun, her eyes are filled with a kind of hungry light. Qin Yun looked at the 8 people here. Each and every one of them is as thin as a match, as if they have been hollowed out. He immediately understood that the third floor's guardian is a slut who can suck dirt while sitting on the ground. The guardians here are all martial kings. The first 3 floors are all initial stage martial kings. So Qin Yun is not afraid at all. The middle-aged woman charged at Qin Yun with a lewd smile and shouted, Little demon, you are mine. I want to kiss your entire body. Qin Yun felt disgusted after hearing this. He promptly released tree claws and grabbed the middle-aged woman. You want to play binding? The middle-aged woman immediately became excited. Binding your grandpa? I want to go to the 4th floor. Qin Yun arrived and bombarded with palm and fist attacks. The middle-aged woman screamed and cried after being beaten. Finally, she took out a talisman and gave it to Qin Yun. After Qin Yun obtained the talisman, he smoothly arrived at the 4th floor. There are not many people on the 4th floor, only a few. The guardian is mid-stage Martial King. Qin Yun can also quickly defeat him. Next, Qin Yun smoothly passed through the 5th floor, 6th floor, and 7th floor. Qin Yun also rested along the way. He has been in this pagoda for more than a day. When he arrived at the 8th floor, there is not a single person here. Moreover, there is a staircase leading to the next floor. Chapter 857. 9th floor. Qin Yun very carefully walked up the stairs. Every time he walked up a step, he would stop and look all around. He doesn't dare to walk too fast. He is worried that someone will suddenly attack him. Before, he thought that this 9 Dragon Devil prison is very dreadful. But now that he arrived at the 8th floor, he feels that it is just so. The guard from 1st to 7th floor have been easily dealt with. Only the late-stage Martial King on 7th floor is somewhat difficult to deal with. But Qin Yun has suffering divine ability martial spirit. He can defeat him in a short while. Now that he arrived at the 8th floor, there is not even a shadow of a person. However, he did not relax his vigilance. On one hand, he is worried that heavenly dragon sect people are plotting against him. On the other hand, he is worried that there are some other mechanisms. The staircase to the 9th floor is not long, but Qin Yun walked for nearly half an hour. After he arrived at the 9th floor, he let out a long sigh of relief. He feels that he was very foolish before. He spent so much time on the staircase and did not encounter any danger. The 9th floor is also very spacious. There are 2 people on this floor. One is an old man wearing gray robes, and the other is a young man wearing luxurious golden clothes. The young man's face is filled with childishness, but he is very tall. Looking at his young and tender handsome face, he should be 15 or 16 years old. The old man and young man are very amazed to see someone arrive here, because it has been a very long time since someone arrived here. Greetings, I want to challenge the guards. Qin Yun very politely said. His tone is also very calm. I am the 8th floor's guard, Wu Long. This is the 9th floor's guard. He is also my grandfather. His name is Long Bei. The young man walked over and sized up Qin Yun. His expression is filled with disdain as he said, even though you have arrived at the 9th floor, you will still have to fight with me, the 8th floor's guard. Qin Yun thought that there is no one on the 8th floor, but it turns out they're on the 9th floor. Moreover, it is a grandfather and grandson duo. All right, let's start now. Qin Yun is in a hurry and said, you can arrive at this floor. It means you have defeated the guys on the lower floors. I can see that you have some strength. Wu Long said with sneer, but you can only defeat those guys. Don't treat me like those sick cats. I know. Quickly begin. Qin Yun is somewhat impatient because on the way, all the guards are very proud and arrogant. They all think they are unparalleled under the heavens. What do you mean? Are you looking down on me? I'm only telling you out of goodwill to let you know that you're no match for me. What kind of expression is that? Are you very impatient? Wu Long immediately became furious and said in cold voice, you bastard, you look very hateful. I really don't understand how a guy like you can come to this level. I'm in a hurry to go out, so I'm in a hurry. Can we begin? Qin Yun said. He was really in a hurry to participate in the martial arts competition. What a joke. Do you really think you could defeat me? Even if you can defeat me, can you defeat my grandfather? Wu Long loudly mocked. You arrogant guy, I can pinch you to death with one hand. Qin Yun is truly impatient. He said, are we going to fight here or on the 8th floor? Wu Long saw Qin Yun's calm expression and felt even more uncomfortable in his heart. He feels that Qin Yun is looking down on him. I can defeat you anywhere. Wu Long retreated a bit, maintaining some distance from Qin Yun, and said again, are you in a hurry to leave? You won't be able to leave for the rest of your life. Qin Yun said, whether I can leave or not is not up to you to decide. It is also not up to me to decide. It is up to my fist to decide. Wu Long vigorously stamped his foot, causing the entire ninth floor to shake with a rumble. He furiously said, "Are you provoking me? My goodness, I have never met someone as arrogant as you. You idiot, could it be that you don't know who I, Wu Long, am?" Qin Yin thought about it, then shook his head and said, "I don't know who you are. I also don't care who you are. I just want to quickly leave. Can we start fighting now?" If not for the old man over there, Qin Yin would have already ruthlessly beaten up this young man. That old man called Long Bei has not spoken. His aura is also very calm. Qin Yin cannot sense his cultivation, but he looks very dreadful. If Wu Long didn't say to start, Qin Yin would not dare to act recklessly. He is afraid that Long Bei would have an excuse to attack. "Grandfather, you shout the start. I will beat him to the ground right from the start." Wu Long very confidently shouted. "Wu Long, this person is not easy to deal with. You must not lower your guard." Long Bei spoke. He very calmly warned Wu Long, "Grandfather, are your eyes blurred from old age? How can this guy be my opponent? I am late-stage Martial King. He is only initial-stage Martial King. He is simply not my opponent. I can hang him up with one hand." Wu Long said in a very bad mood, "He is not an ordinary Martial King. You cannot use common sense to judge him. He can come all the way here. His strength is certainly not weak. If you underestimate him, you will suffer greatly." Long Bei warned again. Wu Long is still a young man. His heart is filled with rebelliousness. His grandfather told him to pay attention to his opponent, but he did not listen. He became very angry. He thinks that his grandfather is not optimistic about him. Moreover, he is praising his opponent. Qin Yin became even more worried because this Long Bei is not simple. He can clearly see that he is very strong. Wu Long's expression is filled with dense killing intent. He glared at Qin Yin and said, "Grandfather, you said he is very strong. I will surely defeat him and cripple him. I am the strongest." Youngsters are very competitive. It is understandable. But this Wu Long is very competitive to this extent. It seems like he has already walked to the extreme. Qin Yin is suddenly startled. He suddenly feels that Wu Long is a person who has suffered cultivation deviation. "Wu Long, you be a bit careful." Long Bei helplessly sighed and then yelled, "Begin!" The martial arts competition has begun. Wu Long let out a deep roar. It is like the roar of an angry dragon. The imposing aura that rushed out of his body is filled with dense dragon energy. His body trembled and rippled with power vibration wave, forcing Qin Yin to retreat a few steps. Qin Yin is also shocked by this formidable dragon power. Whoosh! Wu Long's body transformed into a golden light and rushed over. His speed is as fast as lightning. Qin Yin can also clearly see Wu Long's steps, as well as the palm technique he used. It is indeed fast and strong. "Die!" Wu Long bellowed. He vigorously hacked his palm towards Qin Yin's head. His golden arm is like a large golden machete. It ferociously chopped down from above. Qin Yin doesn't dare to take this kind of power head-on. He promptly dodged. Wu Long's palm chopped empty air. The palm energy landed on the ground and produced a frantic rumbling sound, as well as a golden gale that is as sharp as a blade. That golden gale burst out in this layer. It is like countless chaotic blades chopping down. If one's strength was not enough, they would have been chopped into mincemeat by this gale. Qin Yun's heart trembled in fear because of this power. He promptly released body protecting dragon handle to protect himself. He feels that Wu Long's power is a lot stronger than Long Chuanwu's. What exactly is this guy's background? How can he be so formidable? Qin Yun is apprehensive. Wu Long turned into a golden light and shot over. While rushing over, his pair of angry fists exploded with a deep and low dragon roar. Qin Yun is incomparably apprehensive looking at those trembling fists. Wu Long's speed became even faster, to the extent that Qin Yun doesn't have enough time to dodge. His body was hit by those fists. Rumble! Qin Yun's chest was ruthlessly smashed by Wu Long's fists. He was sent flying and hit the wall, causing the entire 9-dragon devil prison to tremble. Although he can see things moving at high speed, Wulong's speed is too fast, causing him to be unable to react in time. Luckily, he has body-protecting dragon handle on his body. It blocked a part of the power. You are in a hurry to get out? Don't be ridiculous. No one has ever been able to get past me after entering 9 Dragon Devil Prison. Wulong saw Qin Yun was sent flying and hit the wall. He laughed loudly and yelled, then rushed over again. Wulong's attack speed is very fast. His explosive power is even more dreadful. While moving very fast, he can condense a dreadful power in the shortest time possible and then attack with it. Qin Yun endured the pain and promptly released tree claws, letting them grab Wulong's legs. While rushing over, Wulong's body erupted with formidable power and defense. Qin Yun released the tree claws. After Wulong was grabbed, he struggled free and continued rushing over. Boom! Wulong's berserk fist let out a furious dragon roar, smashed forward and hit empty air. It hit the wall and produced dreadful shockwave, directly shaking Qin Yun and sending him flying. 9 Dragon Devil Prison's wall is very strong. Even though Wulong's powerful fist hit the wall, it was not able to damage the wall. Although Qin Yun struggled free from the tree claws, they are still somewhat useful, because they slowed down Wulong's speed a bit, giving Wulong a gap to dodge. Even though it only bought him a split second, it was enough for him to dodge. Otherwise, if he took another punch, it would be hard for him to fight again. You dare to be arrogant in front of me? To think my grandfather said that you are very strong. Now I see that you are not even fart. Weakling, have you experienced how dreadful I am? Wulong laughed loudly. His eyes are completely red. Berserk power rushed out of his body, giving rise to bursts of violent wind and thunder that enveloped the entire 9th floor. Qin Yun also dodged to a corner just now. He is very far away from Wulong. Wulong raised his power to the peak. It is also very dreadful. Qin Yun feels that if this Wulong before him goes all out, even a martial emperor would not be able to resist. This kind of power is truly too dreadful. Wulong attacked again. His speed is just as fast as before. Qin Yun has experienced it twice before. He hastily reacted and released several tree claws to bind Wulong's body. Bastard! Wulong's attack rhythm has been disrupted by the many tree claws, and he loudly roared. Although he can continue rushing towards Qin Yun, his speed is now a few moments slower. Chapter 858. Long Bay. Wulong is certain that Qin Yun is just making a pointless struggle, so he attacked with all his might. Moreover, he is very confident in his own power. He is not afraid of Qin Yun's attack at all. When he is a few meters away from Qin Yun, boom! An extremely strong gravity fiercely pressed down and suddenly smashed on Wulong's body. Wulong's defense and body are very strong. After being pressed down by that extremely strong gravity, he did not lie down on the ground. He can still move forward, but his speed has become very slow. Qin Yun used passing shadow extinction breath to make himself disappear and also make his aura disappear for a short period of time. When Wulong was smashed by the supergravity, he felt very angry and shocked. And now he has lost his target. He cannot help but roar in anger. After Qin Yun disappeared, he appeared again very quickly. He attacked with Extinction Dragon 8 palms and landed on Wulong's back. That sorrowful and angry dragon roar echoed, causing Long Bei's pupils to shrink. His expression became grave. After Wulong was hit by that palm, all the condensed power inside his body scattered. Soon after, Qin Yun released Suffering Divine Ability Power. Wulong immediately rolled on the ground and screamed miserably. Earlier, Wulong's body was condensed with dreadful power. Suffering Divine Ability Power could not invade his body. But now, Qin Yun used Extinction Dragon Palm to scatter the condensed power inside Wulong's body. Only then can he use Suffering Divine Ability to attack. Wulong screamed in pain. He is also condensing his power. Qin Yun rushed over and used Extinction Dragon 3 palms. Palm after palm greeted Wulong. Every time he attacked, he perfectly scattered the power inside Wulong's body and then caused some damage to Wulong's body. Every time Qin Yun attacked, Wulong loudly screamed in pain. "Grandfather, save me. I concede." Wulong screamed in pain. Long Bei let out a long sigh. He promptly flew over, blocked Qin Yun's palm, and said, "All right, he concedes." Qin Yun promptly sat down on the ground to heal his injuries because he still has to fight Long Bei. Long Bei's strength is very strong. He easily blocked Qin Yun's palm just now, allowing Qin Yun to roughly understand his opponent's strength. "Brat, you are very strong." Long Bei said, "I only used a trick. If we compare strength, I am not his match." Qin Yun recalled the formidable power Wulong released earlier and felt lingering fear in his heart. You can skillfully use your power, using the weak to fight the strong. This is your skill, Long Bei said. Many people cannot do this. Many people have great power, but are unable to use it cleverly. In order to skillfully use power, there are also some conditions. Qin Yun said. He used all kinds of divine abilities to coordinate. Only then can he use the weak to fight the strong. That's right. So this is your skill, Long Bei said. After the pain on Wulong's body lessened, his eyes turned red, and he furiously roared. "Damned bald donkey, I will tear you to shreds. I'm stronger than you, so it's impossible for me to lose to you. You're the one who used tricks." Wulong roared and wanted to rush over, but he was grabbed by Long Bei and thrown down the stairs. "Reflect properly," Long Bei coldly said to the staircase. Then he waved his hand, and the staircase was stored away. The place where the staircase used to be became flat ground. Seeing this scene, Qin Yun's mood became even more grave. Because Long Bei is surely the strongest existence in this pagoda. Long Bei's aura is only late-stage martial king, but he gives people a very dreadful feeling. Qin Yun did not notice it before. Only when Long Bei blocked his palm attack did he notice it. "How long do you want to rest?" "Don't worry. Take your time. I will wait for you," Long Bei said with a smile on his face. "Do you want to take revenge for your grandson?" Qin Yun somewhat anxiously asked. "I won't take revenge for him. I only want to stop you from leaving." Long Bei laughed. "You are very anxious to leave, so you will surely use your strongest power to fight me, right?" "Indeed." Qin Yun saw the smile on Long Bei's face and could not help but secretly feel fear. It is very rare for him to feel this kind of indescribable fear towards someone. Long Bei said, "Youngster, even though I don't know your situation must be very interesting." "Senior, can you let me go out? I really have a very important matter." Qin Yun said he doesn't want to fight this old man at all, because he can't win. Even before the fight started, he already thinks he can't win. This is a very rare situation for Qin Yun. "This won't do, you must fight me," Long Bei said with a smile. "Only like this can I boast in front of my grandson." Qin Yun said with bitter smile, "It seems like I won't be able to leave." Long Bei laughed loudly and said, "Youngster, don't be so pessimistic. Maybe you can defeat me?" Qin Yun helplessly sighed. "I hope so. Why are you so anxious to leave?" Long Bei said, "Senior, have you always been inside this pagoda? Not going out? Don't you know the situation outside? With your strength, you should have a very high position in the Dragon King Manor." Qin Yun curiously asked. "There are many formidable people hiding in the Dragon King Manor. Long Sangxing was very dreadful before, but this Long Bei is filled with mystery." Long Bei said, "I rarely pay attention to the trivial matters of the Dragon King Manor. I only go out occasionally. The main reason I am here is to help my grandson walk out of the abyss of entering Devil's Path." Qin Yun guessed correctly. Wulong has entered Devil's Path. He almost went crazy just now. "Xiao Yun, that Wulong just now must be a dragon," Ling Yuner suddenly said. "Late-stage martial king with such dreadful power. Only a dragon in human form can do so." Hearing Ling Yuner's words, Qin Yun looked at Long Bei in amazement. If Wulong is truly a dragon in human form, then this Long Bei before him must also be a very formidable dragon. How many dragons are there inside the Dragon King Manor? Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive. He heard that the Dragon King Manor raised a few dragons before. He did not expect that there would be 2 dragons inside the 9-dragon devil prison. Moreover, they are very strong. Senior, I am in a hurry to leave because I want to participate in a martial arts competition. I have only been here for more than a day. The martial arts competition is about to begin. Qin Yun told Long Bei the reason why he came here. Naturally, he did not say that he stole the immortal dragon spirit, because he is worried that it would be stolen. Heavenly dragon, sex people? Oof. These guys, every once in a while they send a bunch of idiots down. Not only they do not bring any benefits to the Dragon King Manor, they instead cause all kinds of trouble. Long Bei coldly groaned. It is clear that he hates Heavenly Dragon sex people very much. Senior, could it be that Heavenly Dragon sect people are not good? Qin Yun asked in low voice. Our Dragon King Manor's few important elders are very close to those Heavenly Dragon sect people. Long Bei said, Heavenly Dragon sex bastards, they always want our Dragon King Manor to do hard labor for them. They must have some ulterior motive for coming down this time, but they don't want to pay any price. I have always found them displeasing to the eye. It is just that I can't attack them. There are many powerful experts inside the Dragon King Manor. Factions stand in great numbers. After staying here for a period of time, Qin Yun knows that the Dragon King Manor is not stable at all. If there is internal chaos, Long family's vitality will suffer greatly. After resting for an hour, Qin Yun has completely recovered. Senior, let's begin. Qin Yun let out a long sigh. As matters stand, he can only give it a try. Long Bei looked at Qin Yun and said with smile, Use the little tricks you used on Wu Long. I want to know how he lost. As his voice faded, he rushed towards Qin Yun with extreme speed. Even though his speed is very fast, when he rushed over, he slightly paused. Clearly he did it on purpose. Qin Yun promptly released tree claws and grabbed Long Bei's leg. At the same time, he released super gravity to slow down Long Bei. With a muffled explosion, Long Bei's feet heavily landed on the ground. At the same time, Qin Yun rushed over. He loudly roared and used his strongest extinction dragon 10 palms. The palm power rushed out. The roaring power is like a dragon wailing and howling. It is shocking, and at the same time, it is filled with sorrow. It is as if a dragon is on the verge of death. Boom! The palm power landed on Long Bei's body and forced him to retreat a few steps. His body has completely absorbed the palm power. There is no energy wave coming out. This caused Qin Yun to be extremely apprehensive. After Qin Yun finished his first palm attack, he attacked again. When the second palm attack arrived, Long Bei's fist exploded towards Qin Yun's palm. Qin Yun only felt a tearing pain rushing through his palm and arm. Body protecting dragon handle. Qin Yun was sent flying and hit the wall. He vomited blood from his mouth. Just now you used 9 Extinction Heart, Sutra's Extinction Dragon Palm, right? Long Bei's expression became grave as he looked at Qin Yun and asked. Qin Yun slowly stood up, nodded his head and said, I lost. I am not your match. Long Bei's grave expression revealed a trace of smile. You are not a Long family person. How can you be so sure? Qin Yun asked. Long family people cannot learn Extinction Dragon Palm. Long Bei said, All right, I can only stay here from now on until I defeat you. Qin Yun did not expect that this 9th floor guy would be so dreadful. You can leave, but you must promise me that after the competition is over, you will immediately return here. Long Bei said. His words caused Qin Yun to be very amazed. Senior, you are speaking the truth? Qin Yun does not dare to believe. Of course it is true. I want you to come back here so that you can fight with Wu Long again. I will properly teach him during this period of time. I want to train him so that he can deal with Extinction Dragon Palm. Long Bei said with smile, This is our deal. Then when the time comes, how can I come in? Qin Yun asked. When the time comes, take this token and fly up. Long Bei handed over a golden token to Qin Yun. After Qin Yun received the command token, he immediately thanked Long Bei. You must participate in the competition. You must defeat those Heavenly Dragon sect people. If possible, it would be best if you kill them. Show no mercy. Long Bei warned. Chapter 859. Second Immortal Dragon Chapter 859. Immortal Dragon Qin Yun's body is full of injuries, but there is not enough time to heal them. He must quickly go out and participate in the competition. After saying goodbye to Long Bei, he left through an exit and arrived at the 9th floor of Nine Dragon Devil Prison. He looked outside and then flew out. The competition should be held very soon, right? I will go to the battle stage to take a look. Qin Yun is worried that Heavenly Dragon Sect people will hold the competition ahead of time to prevent him from coming out. So long as he wins the competition, he can obtain the precious dragon and phoenix martial spirit. And now Long Chuanwu and Xian Rujing are the most favored. Especially Xian Rujing, she is the strongest. Long family would rather let Xian Rujing obtain the dragon and phoenix martial spirit than Qin Yun. Morning. The battle stage is very lively. The competition has already begun. Apparently, it has been brought forward by day. While Qin Yun is rushing over, he is cursing Heavenly Dragon Sect people in his heart. On the battle stage, a middle-aged man yelled, "Third battle, Long Yuqian and Long Tao, please go up." Long Yuzong and Long Songxing are standing outside the battle stage. They also feel that Qin Yun will not be able to participate. Long Tao already went up. He very arrogantly said, "Truly regretful that damn Baldy is not here. I won without a fight. This is really too boring. If that damn Baldy was here, I would have smashed his bald head." Long Yuzong shouted from below, "Long Tao, if my old brother was here, he would have beaten you until you cried for mom and dad. What are you pretending for?" Long Tao laughed loudly and said, "Long Yuzong, don't even talk about your old brother. Even if you came up to fight me, I would beat you until you cried. My Long Tao's strength is obvious to all. I will defeat you within 20 moves. Who doesn't know how to boast?" Long Yuzong very unhappily yelled, "Just you wait. After this competition is over, I will challenge you." "Ha ha ha. A guy like you wants to challenge me? You're not worthy. I'm also very busy." Long Tao is still howling with laughter. Long Tao is Long Chuanwu's little brother. His relationship with Heavenly Dragon Sect people is very good. He is hugging golden thighs. Therefore, he is not a bit afraid of Long Yuzong. At this time, an old man yelled, "Long Yuqian, please go up. If you are unable to go on stage within the time limit, you will be disqualified." Long Tao said, "Maybe that guy is really inside the Nine Dragon Devil Prison. He can't participate in the martial arts competition." Xian Rujing lightly groaned and said, "That hateful guy, if he really dies inside Nine Dragon Devil Prison, it will be too easy for him." Xian Rujing was ruthlessly grabbed by Qin Yun. The anger in her heart has not dissipated. "Damn Baldy, I really don't want to die now. I want to torture him to death with my own hands," Long Chuanwu said while gnashing his teeth. Even he did not grab Xian Rujing's place, but Qin Yun managed to grab it. This made Long Chuanwu feel like he is being cheated. "I will shout 10 more times. If Long Yuqian still doesn't come, he will be disqualified." The old man shouted, 1, 2, 3. Just as he shouted 7, a gust of wind suddenly blew toward the martial arts arena. The audience in the martial arts arena immediately exclaimed, because on the spacious battle stage in the middle, a bald youth with a shiny skull appeared. It is Qin Yun who is impersonating Long Yuqian. Qin Yun's clothes are somewhat tattered. His spirit is not good. It looks like he is injured. However, his appearance caused a huge uproar, especially Long family people. Each and every one of them are extremely shocked. They're looking at the bald youth wearing tattered clothes in disbelief. Long Yuzong and Long Songxing are very happy. They are also secretly startled. They did not expect Qin Yun to come out so quickly. Everyone in Dragon King Manor knows how dreadful Nine Dragon Devil Prison is. Almost no one has ever come out after entering. But now, someone has come out in less than 2 days. Long Tao is somewhat shocked. He grew up in Dragon King Manor since childhood. He knows very well how dreadful Nine Dragon Devil Prison is. Qin Yun finally caught up. His expression is grave. His eyes are filled with ice-cold expression as he looked at Long Tao. This martial art competition is very important to him because it is related to whether or not he can take back the dragon and phoenix martial spirit. Long Tao saw that Qin Yin does not have any spirit and relaxed a lot. He said with sneer, "You can come out from 9-Dragon Devil Prison. You are very capable. But your injuries are very serious. You are not my opponent. You should forfeit. If you fight me, you will only have half a life left. It is not that I won't kill you. I will leave your dog life for Big Brother Long to take care of." Qin Yin sneered, and then looked at Long Chuanwu, who is at the side of the stage. Long Chuanwu's expression is filled with bitter hatred. His expression is very gloomy as he looked at Qin Yin. Long Tao, cripple his hands and feet, beat him until he can't admit defeat, then slowly torture him to death. Long Chuanwu said in deep voice, "Big Brother Long, you can rest assured, I will do as you say." Long Tao proudly laughed and said. The old judge also opened up his spirit formation. Long Tao is mid-stage martial king. If two martial kings of this level fight, the might they can erupt with is very great. The old referee rang the bell. The martial arts competition has begun. Long Tao sinisterly laughed and rushed over. "Wretched Baldy, I will cripple you." Qin Yin is standing there motionlessly. Although his current condition is not the best, he is still a bit injured, but he is not afraid of Long Tao. Quickly look at Long Tao. He is using Heavenly Dipper Violent Dragon Claw. This guy, when did he learn this move? This is Heavenly Dragon's secret art. I heard this is a king-tier, high-quality martial art. If used properly, one can fight against Dao tools with bare hands. It must be Long Chuanwu who taught him. "Baldy, lie down for me," Long Tao proudly shouted. His hands transformed into dragon claws filled with surging astral energy. The astral energy rushing out is like the roar of a mad dragon, filled with a kind of wild and tyrannical aura. Qin Yin is standing on his spot motionlessly. Seeing Long Tao approach, he spread open his arms and golden scales burst out with Dragon Tiger Roar. This is Dragon Tiger Violent Scale Chop, a totem martial art. Countless shining dragon scales brought along Dragon Tiger Might, transformed into countless sabers, like a violent gale and torrential rain, enveloped Long Tao. Long Tao, who is rushing over, is incomparably scared. He promptly used his claws to block. At this time, Qin Yin took a step forward and arrived in front of Long Tao in a blink of an eye, then punched. Qin Yin's fist flickered with 9-colored light. It is like a falling meteor. It brought along intense light and incomparably shocking impact power as it flew straight towards Long Tao's mouth. This is indeed Forging Dragon 6 Style's Falling Star style. With this heavy punch, Long Tao's entire mouth was deformed. His flesh, blood, and teeth all flew out. Everyone saw this and felt a faint pain in their mouths. Long Tao is in incomparable pain. He immediately realized that his opponent's power is very dreadful. After Long Tao was sent flying, he landed on the ground, and his body slid for some distance. Qin Yin promptly chased after him, dropped down from the sky, and punched Long Tao's head. Qin Yin firmly clenched his fist. Blue veins popped out on his fist. Golden lightning started throbbing on his fist. It is clear that his fist is filled with dreadful thunder and lightning power. Qin Yin dropped down from the sky. His fist also ferociously smashed down on Long Tao's body. Explosive, rumbling sound of thunder. The momentum is astonishing. It brought along vibrating power and hit Long Tao's body. Boom! As soon as the fist landed, the battle stage fiercely shook. Long Tao was enveloped by the exploding flashes of lightning. Many people are enduring the unbearable pain. Looking at the dazzling, vibrating thunder and lightning, they're extremely shocked in their hearts. Because Long Tao's body has been torn to pieces by the exploding thunder and lightning. That deafening thunder sound is still reverberating on the horizon. Long Tao's body has also disappeared. He has been thoroughly destroyed. Everyone burst into cries of alarm. It must be known that Long Tao is an elder's grandson. Now he has been killed. Long Yutsong laughed loudly and said, "Old boy, beautifully done." With Long Sanxing here, Qin Yin will not be lenient, especially those people who are clamoring to kill him. A Long family elder's expression is very ugly. It was extremely ugly, but he didn't dare to say a word. Because Long Cangxing's son was also killed by Long Chuanwu in the same way. After the barrier dispersed, Long Cangxing promptly flew over to protect Qingyun. Heavenly Dragon sect and Long family elders' expression is very grave. Because the person who came out of 9 Dragon Devil prison is indeed very dreadful. At this time, a group of elders flew over. Long Yutian, how did you come out of 9 Dragon Devil prison? That elder asked in cold voice. How I came out is none of your business. Qingyun said with sneer. No one has ever been able to come out of 9 Dragon Devil prison, but you came out in a short period of 2 days. You must have used some kind of method. If you don't explain, we will have reason to suspect you. That elder furiously said. I've defeated all the guardians inside. That should be enough, right? Qingyun groaned. If you don't believe me, go to the 9th floor and ask Senior Long Bei. Long Bei. Hearing this name, the expression of Long family elders and Heavenly Dragon sect people abruptly changed. You should quickly go and ask him for proof. Qingyun said. Yutian, is Long Bei truly in 9 Dragon Devil prison's 9th floor? Long Cangxing is also very amazed. Grandfather, you don't know about this? Qingyun also feels that it is somewhat strange. 9 Dragon Devil prison is very mysterious. Even we don't know much about it. Long Cangxing shook his head. Let's go. I will bring you to heal your injuries. Long Cangxing brought Long Yutian and Qingyun away from the battle stage and began healing at a place at the side. Grandfather, what is the origin of that Senior Long Bei? Qingyun asked in low voice. Dragon King Manor has 2 immortal dragons. One of them is Long Bei, but he is a bit special. He was originally captured and later resigned to his fate. Long Cangxing said, but he has always harbored hatred towards Heavenly Dragon sect because it was they who captured him. After Qingyun heard this, he is very happy in his heart. Long Bei is actually this kind of existence. He also understands why he can't defeat Long Bei. He is an immortal dragon. Long Bei has suppressed his cultivation, so it is very difficult for others to discover his true strength. Qingyun is also very amazed that Dragon King Manor has 2 immortal dragons. Chapter 860. Chapter 860. Searching Dragon Plate. Long Yutsong looked at Long Chuanwu and said, Long Chuanwu, Long Tao brought you to brothels all day long. Now that he is dead, why are you not sad at all? Didn't you see how he died just now? Do you think you could defeat my little brother with your strength? Long Yutsong, if you keep talking nonsense about me visiting brothels, believe it or not, I will tear your mouth apart. Long Chuanwu glanced at Xian Rujing and furiously said, My Chuanwu is not that kind of person. Don't slander him. Xian Rujing also shouted in cold voice. Hearing Xian Rujing speak up for him, Long Chuanwu felt warm in his heart and became even more proud of himself. Long Yutsong remembers that he was the one who brought Qingyun and Xian Rujing to Long Tao's brothel, Delicate Fragrance House. After Xian Rujing and Qingyun entered, they came out crying like pear blossoms stained with rain. Now she's actually speaking up for Long Chuanwu. Big brother, ignore them. Qingyun promptly yelled. He is worried that Long Yutsong will expose that matter. Qingyun is very clear that Xian Rujing has become a very scheming woman. She is now protecting Long Chuanwu, but she is also thinking of ways to fish up more benefits from Long Chuanwu's body. Qingyun is very happy to see this kind of thing. Long Yutsong also did not speak about brothels anymore. He coldly groaned and said, Long Chuanwu, you can never defeat my little brother. Long Chuanwu laughed loudly and said, I can't defeat him? You are underestimating my strength too much. Long Cangxing helped Qingyun heal. He can feel that Qingyun's body is very special. It is very formidable, but he did not say anything. At this time, Heavenly Dragon sect people walked over. A Heavenly Dragon sect old man said, Baldy, your next fight is against Chuanwu. Aren't you very good at gambling? How about we make a bet? If you lose, you return the dragon spirit to us. If we lose, we will give you an immortal tool called Searching Dragon Plate. It will make it easier for you to find dragons in Spirit Desolate. There are many dragons in Spirit Desolate. If you can obtain the searching dragon plate, you will be able to capture many dragons. After Qin Yun heard this, he promptly asked Xiao Yuanmei whether or not there is such a mortal tool. Brother, agree to it. Dragon searching plate is a very good thing. Only Heavenly Dragon Sect can refine it. Xiao Yuanmei said, they are from Heavenly Dragon Sect. They must have this kind of thing. Let him take it out first. Most of them are square and palm-sized. Qin Yun confirmed that there is an immortal tool like the dragon searching plate and said, show me the dragon searching plate. The old man hurriedly took it out. It looked like it was only the size of a palm. It was squarish and black, and there was a glowing pointer in the middle. The pointer looked like a small dragon. Qin Yun described its appearance to Xiao Yuanmei and confirmed that it is a genuine dragon searching plate. All right, I promise you. Qin Yun will need to kill even more dragons in the future. Having the dragon searching plate is the best. Long Sanxing said, don't act shamelessly. If Yu Qian wins and you don't give him the dragon searching plate, I'll let you know the consequences. Long Sanxing's words were filled with threat. Long Chuanwu laughed loudly and said, how can I lose? That Baldy will definitely lose, and he will even be crippled by me. Qin Yun is suddenly somewhat worried because Long Chuanwu is so confident. He must have something to rely on. He is afraid that they will play dirty. Yu Qian, you don't need to be afraid of them. With me here, they won't be able to play any tricks. Long Sanxing said, old boy, Grandpa is very awesome. If they act recklessly, Grandpa will beat them until they kneel down and beg for forgiveness. Long Yutsong said with a smile. He now very much wishes that Qin Yun was his little brother because he is truly too awesome. Qin Yun nodded, then closed his eyes and continued healing his injuries. Other people are also fighting on the battle stage. Xian Rujing is also fighting. Her martial spirit is a divine ability martial spirit. Moreover, is two kinds of divine ability martial spirits. Moreover, she is a late-stage martial king. Very few people who fought with her could last past 3 moves. Her strength is very formidable. In this battle, Qin Yun is most afraid of Xian Rujing. He has never truly fought with Xian Rujing. Moreover, Xian Rujing hates him very much, because he grabbed her breasts before and won her things during arm wrestling. If they fight on the battle stage, Xian Rujing will definitely go all out and fight crazily. This will allow them to display extraordinary battle power. If he fought Long Chuanwu, Qin Yun would not feel any pressure. Long Chuanwu has dragon blood inside his body. Qin Yun's extinction dragon palm can restrain this kind of people who possess dragon power. If it is really not possible, he can use heavenly lion power to fight. Afternoon, the next round has already started. Qin Yun's injuries have also healed up a lot. Long Chuanwu, Long Yutian, prepare to go up, an old man yelled. There are many other battles on the battle stage. They are very intense. Qin Yun doesn't know how many more battles he will have to fight because he did not come when the competition started. Moreover, the battles are all arranged by Long family people. At this time, Long Chuanwu took out a very exquisite bottle. Its whole body is bright and dazzling. It looks like a very high-grade wine bottle. When Long Chuanwu opened the bottle, a very strong and formidable dragon energy floated out. After sensing this aura, Long Sanxing said in deep voice, this is dragon blood. Moreover, it is immortal dragon blood. Long Chuanwu's face is filled with proud smile. Then he raised his head and drank a large bottle of dragon blood. All the Long family people in the vicinity are looking at this scene with envy. The blood of an immortal dragon was extremely precious. Long Chuanwu drank a bottle before going up to fight. Clearly, he wants to increase his power. Not long after he drank, his entire body began to emit a golden aura. Faint golden light mist appeared under his skin. His entire aura suddenly increased by a lot. He fiercely tore off his upper body clothes. The muscles on his body swelled up. The king dragon totem carved on his body also flickered with golden light. Moreover, the totem runes are moving under his skin as if they are alive. Even Qin Yun is incomparably shocked looking at this scene. This is the first time he saw a totem rune move. It is as if it is alive. Totem spirit has manifested. Long Yutsong said while clenching his teeth. Reportedly, this is one of the strongest states of totem. It should be related to dragon blood. Yuqian, when you fight him, be careful. Long Sanxing said. Totem spirit manifesting. What kind of effect will it have? Qin Yun is very curious because he has many totem runes. I don't know. I only heard that after totem spirit manifests, one's power will increase even more. Long Sanxing said. Generally speaking, only King Totem can spirit and move around the body. After Long Chuanwu drank the bottle of dragon blood, his power increased explosively, making him even more confident. This kind of temporary power increase technique will not last long, but if it is used in martial art competition, he will have a greater chance of victory. This guy, no wonder he is so confident, so it is like this. Qin Yun lightly groaned. Chuanwu, you will surely win back the dragon spirit. Properly teach that baldy a lesson. Xian Rujing arrived beside Long Chuanwu and said in low voice, Rujing, with your support, even if I have to stake my life, I will surely get rid of this guy. He humiliated you before. I will make him wish he was dead. Long Chuanwu furiously glared at Qin Yun. Long Chuanwu, it was your fiancé who bit me first. As expected of a woman nicknamed Ice Mother Tigress, she actually randomly bit people. Qin Yun groaned and said, Baldy Turtle, shut up. Xian Rujing coldly shouted, Are you afraid that Chuanwu will not torture you ruthlessly enough? You still dare to provoke me. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, Your Chuanwu is a guy who visits brothels. Why are you so protective of him? Long Chuanwu's expression became malevolent in anger. He roared fiercely, Shut up for me. I will tear your mouth apart in a moment. Qin Yun is not a bit afraid of Long Chuanwu. Xian Rujing is also very angry. She has never been this angry before. She wants to personally teach this baldy a lesson. The martial arts competition on the stage is already over, but apparently no one cares about it. Majority of people's attention is concentrated on Long Chuanwu, who is standing at the side of the stage. Because the king dragon totem on Long Chuanwu's body is too dazzling and dazzling, it is very dazzling. Long Yuqian, Long Chuanwu, get on the stage, the old judge yelled. Qin Yun and Long Chuanwu walked on the stage. Especially Long Chuanwu, the suppressed power on his body seems like it will burst out at any moment. He is very impatient to fight. On the stage, many people are loudly shouting, Long Chuanwu, victory is certain. Long Chuanwu, victory is certain. These continuous roars shook the entire Dragon King manor. Long Chuanwu is also enjoying this kind of shouting very much. He closed his eyes. His expression is filled with arrogance. He spread open his arms and loudly said, Everyone be quiet. The battle stage immediately became quiet. Long Chuanwu loudly said, I am about to fight Long Yutian. I'm sure everyone saw how I killed his father, right? Today I will also use the same method to kill him. Everyone burst into cheers. Long Chuanwu unparalleled. Long Chuanwu unparalleled. I don't know who took the lead, but they changed their slogan again. Long Chuanwu proudly laughed loudly, looked at Qin Yun and said, Damned baldy, did you see? This is my awesomeness. I, Long Chuanwu, whether it is an immortal desolate or spirit desolate, I am the favorite of all people. And you are just a guy who is about to die. Long Chuanwu never defeated. Long Chuanwu never defeated. Waves of roars echoed out in unison, one after another. It was very imposing. Long family's young disciples are shouting. Their voices are shaking the entire Dragon King manor. Qin Yun is expressionless. He is standing there clenching his fists and staring at Long Chuanwu. Long Chuanwu suddenly let out a deep roar. The Golden King dragon totem on his body suddenly overflowed and turned into a very small golden dragon. That golden dragon floated behind Long Chuanwu and issued a sky-shaking roar. When the people in the battle arena saw the golden dragon transformed from the king totem, they all became excited and shouted, Chuanwu will definitely win. Our dragon spirit has returned. Heavenly Dragon Sect Old Man laughed heartily and said while stroking his beard, Chapter 861. 861 Chapter 862 Dragon Transformation. Long Chuanwu lost the immortal dragon spirit. He was ruthlessly reprimanded and even slapped in front of everyone. To him, it is a great humiliation. Therefore, today he is filled with resentment and vowed to defeat Qingyun. So long as I win, Rujing will be mine, and I will take back the dragon spirit. Long Chuanwu tightly clenched his fist that is filled with power, waiting for the battle to begin. Dong! The bell finally rang. The battle has begun. Long Chuanwu used his fastest speed to rush towards Qingyun in a split second. As for Qingyun, he suddenly disappeared in a split second. Boom! Long Chuanwu's punch was accompanied by a dragon roar as it flew over. The dragon behind him also flew over and collided with him. But his punch hit empty air. Spectators cried out in alarm. They did not expect Qingyun to run away so fast. Cowards, scram out for me. Long Chuanwu immediately became furious. The golden dragon behind him also roared. Qingyun suddenly appeared and dropped down from the sky. When he dropped down, Ling Yuner released a frantic supergravity. Long Chuanwu also felt a very strong pressure when the supergravity pressed down. Don't think you can have your way. Long Chuanwu shouted in a low voice. His body trembled. The golden dragon behind him flickered with golden light and directly broke apart the supergravity. This is beyond Qingyun's expectation. He promptly released Suffering Divine Ability Power. The strongest Suffering Divine Ability Power entered Long Chuanwu's body in a short while. When Long Chuanwu fought Qingyun before, he experienced this kind of pain. At that time, he was unable to resist and lost. And now, he has just drunk the immortal dragon blood. His power is very formidable. He can even resist very strong pain. Long Chuanwu let out a painful roar. His voice shook the sky. The golden dragon behind him also flew out and crashed towards Qingyun. Boom! Qingyun, who was falling down, was hit by the golden dragon that suddenly charged at him and was sent flying. Supergravity and Suffering Divine Ability Power lost effect. Qingyun did not expect this at all. Ha ha ha, you bastard who only knows insignificant tricks. In front of absolute power, you finally know that those little tricks are useless. You're going to lose. Long Chuanwu burst into wild laughter. He walked towards Qingyun step by step and spread open his arms, making the spectators cheer loudly. Long Chuanwu is unparalleled. Long Chuanwu is unparalleled. Everyone began to cheer loudly. At this moment, the roar was the loudest. It was so loud that it shook everyone's soul and shocked everyone here. Qingyun was sent flying by the dragon and landed on the ground. After he crawled up, his expression is calm and unperturbed. He is not the least bit intimidated by Long Chuanwu's aura. He is also not affected by the roars coming from all around. Damned Baldy, my dragon can destroy you. Long Chuanwu laughed loudly and said, attack. The golden dragon, formed by the king dragon totem, suddenly became 100 meters long. It turned into a huge dragon and covered the sky above the battle arena. Damn Baldy, I'll cripple you. The dragon opened its mouth and spat out a golden lightning bolt at Qingyun. Rumble. A thick bolt of golden lightning struck the ground, causing the entire arena to tremble. After Qingyun dodged the golden lightning, he suddenly shot out a black light beam from his closed fingers, piercing heavenly finger, second finger, finger chopping mountains and rivers. The black light beam shot out by Qingyun looks like a very long, sharp blade. It went straight up and then quickly slashed a few times toward the dragon. Hoo. The golden dragon formed by the totem was immediately cut into many small pieces. Boom! Qingyun punched the sky and unleashed Forging Dragon's 6-style heaven collapse. Fist energy flew out, bringing along dreadful destructive power. It is like a huge wave blotting out the heaven and earth. Dreadful whistling sound came out. It formed a very dreadful, imposing manner, causing people to feel as if the dome of heaven is collapsing. The golden dragon that was cut into pieces by finger-chopping mountains and rivers was hit by heaven collapse and turned into a gust of wind in a flash and returned to Long Chuanwu's body. The spectators who were cheering loudly are all dumbstruck, because the martial skill Qin Yun used is something they have never seen before. Moreover, it is very dreadful. Qin Yun is also afraid that Heavenly Dragon Sect people will recognize Extinction Dragon Palm, so he doesn't dare to use it again. Otherwise, if he used Extinction Dragon Palm with his full strength, Long Chuanwu would be beaten to his knees. Long Chuanwu is also endlessly shocked. He furiously roared. Qin Yun used Passing Shadow Extinction Breath as his body and aura suddenly vanished. At the same time, he punched out. Suddenly a light beam shot out from a certain place, issued an ear-piercing xiao sound, and shot towards Long Chuanwu. This is Forging Dragon 6 style flowing light. The fist energy is very fast. It shot out like flowing light. Long Chuanwu, who was just about to attack, was hit by the light beam and his shoulders split open. Qin Yun, who disappeared, suddenly appeared above Long Chuanwu's head. He clasped his hands together to form a large hammer and heavily smashed down, bringing along a heaven and earth shaking, imposing manner, as well as a mad dragon's fierce roar. Forging Dragon's 6 style roar. Not only its momentum is heaven shaking, its might is also dreadful. Now is smashing down towards Long Chuanwu. Just the power and might of the smashing down caused Long Chuanwu's body to feel endless pain. Boom! Qin Yun's clasped fist directly attacked Long Chuanwu's head. Frantic and ferocious fist energy directly entered Long Chuanwu's head, causing Long Chuanwu to let out a miserable roar. Chuanwu, a heavenly dragon sect elder, loudly roared. Many people on the stage cried out in alarm again and again. Long Chuanwu is actually being oppressed. Bang! Qin Yun's fist landed on Long Chuanwu's abdomen. It is like a violent thunder explosion, bringing along a vibration. Long Chuanwu's abdomen was hit by the fist. His body flew out like a light beam and crashed into the barrier of the stage. Qin Yun used Flowing Light Extinction Shadow Step and arrived in front of Long Chuanwu in a flash. Long Chuanwu's body crashed into the barrier and is still stuck there. Just as he was about to fall down, Qin Yun heavily bombarded him with a punch. Boom, boom, boom. Qin Yun floated in the air. His fists are flickering back and forth, exploding with black violent thunder, and frantically landed on Long Chuanwu's body. Every moment, he punched dozens of times, over 100 punches. The sound of fist wind exploding one after another. It is like a burst of rapid, chaotic drum beating. Long Chuanwu is beaten to the point that he can't even open his mouth to admit defeat. But one thing is certain, he has already fainted. Heavenly Dragon Sect Elder's throat is already hoarse from shouting. Everyone's heart is jumping with fear and trepidation. It is hard to believe that an initial stage Martial King's strength is actually so dreadful. Everyone knows that Long Chuanwu drank immortal dragon blood, and his strength increased explosively, yet he is still being oppressed like this. Long Chuanwu's strength indeed increased, but it is very limited because he is unable to absorb the power of dragon blood in a short period of time. Therefore, from the very beginning, Qin Yun used his strongest power to attack. This Baldy can pass through 9 Dragon Devil Prison in 2 days. He is not relying on luck. Is he really a bastard child? How can he be stronger than Long Yutsong? Long Yutsong is actually not as awesome as a bastard child. This guy must be hiding astonishing talent. Is Long Chuanwu finished? Everyone exclaimed in admiration at Qin Yun's strength. Even Xian Rujing's expression is grave looking at this scene. She is not worried about Long Chuanwu. She is worried whether or not she can defeat him in the end. Baldy little demon, if you kill Chuanwu, don't even think about getting the searching dragon plate. That heavenly dragon sect elder loudly roared. After Qin Yun heard this, he finally stopped. Long Chuanwu heavily landed on the ground. After all, he is a martial king. Moreover, he came from Immortal Desolate. His body is very formidable immortal body. Therefore, he is very strong. Even after being beaten up so viciously, he did not die. Naturally, Long Chuanwu's appearance is beyond recognition after he landed on the ground. His mind is not clear. The bones and flesh on his body have been torn and crushed. Everyone is completely silent. They're calmly looking at the barrier slowly opening up. During this period of silence, Long Yutsong loudly shouted, "Long Chuanwu will win. Long Chuanwu will never be defeated. Long Chuanwu is unparalleled." Ha ha ha. Those who shouted these words just now, are you all eating shit? Why aren't you shouting anymore? Long Yutsong laughed loudly and said, "You bunch of bastards, look at you shouting these lousy slogans. Does your face hurt now? Bunch of stupid birds. Is Long Chuanwu your real father? Or is he your master? How much dog food did he give you to make you so loyal?" Long Yutsong's mocking words reverberated throughout the entire battle stage. Spectators heard this and became extremely angry. They started cursing again and again. But their faces and ears are completely red because Long Chuanwu has been defeated miserably. Long Sanxing flew to the battle stage and stood beside Qin Yun. Heavenly Dragon Sect's few half-immortals saw Long Sanxing's gloomy and cold expression and did not dare to attack Qin Yun. They are very apprehensive towards Long Sanxing. After all, nobody wants to fight a sixth tribulation half-immortal to the death. We agreed before, take out the searching dragon plate and give it to you, Qian. Long Sanxing said, "Don't even think about it." The Heavenly Dragon Sect's old man furiously said, "Chuanwu has been crippled. His martial spirit and Dao core are gone. So your meaning is that you want to be lazy?" Long Sanxing's expression sank. His voice is filled with dense and cold killing intent. Spectators who are furiously cursing Long Yutsong also suddenly became quiet. "Who told him to cripple Chuanwu?" That old man furiously said. "Are you going to give it or not?" Long Sanxing's hand suddenly turned into a dragon claw and ferociously grabbed that old man's head. It is a black dragon claw. It looks like a real dragon claw. The dragon scales are covered in black energy. The claws are very sharp, flickering with cold light. It is very scary. You cultivated heavenly dragon art to dragon transformation stage. That Heavenly Dragon Sect's old man is extremely frightened. Hand over the searching dragon plate. Long Sanxing vigorously squeezed the old man's head, causing it to deform and crack, but the old man did not die. Spectators are extremely frightened looking at this scene. Long Sanxing's strength is actually so dreadful. Apparently, he can easily kill a Heavenly Dragon Sect's half-immortal. Other Heavenly Dragon Sect's half-immortals, as well as Long Family's half-immortals, are also extremely scared. Heavenly Dragon Sect's dragon transformation stage is very difficult. For several tens of thousands of years, it is very difficult for anyone to reach this stage. But Long Sanxing has done it. That old man is so scared that he promptly took out the searching dragon plate and threw it to Qin Yun. Chapter 862. Slave governing collar Qin Yun is afraid of Long Sanxing because he is worried that he will be discovered as a fake and will be killed, or he will be forced to hand over the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. He is suddenly very worried. He is afraid that Long Yutsong will reveal his true identity to Long Sanxing. Long Sanxing retracted his dragon claw. His dragon claw is truly flesh and blood. It is formed from flesh, blood, and bones. It is a genuine dragon transformation. Qin Yun's heavenly lion fighting dragon claw is condensed from power. Its essence is very different. In comparison, Long Sanxing's dragon claw is more dreadful. After all, it allows him to possess a part of a dragon. Majority of the people here are Long family children. They all yearn for this kind of stable dragon transformation state. There are also people who could transform into a dragon before, but they were all unstable. It was very easy to go to extremes and lose control. It even caused harm to the body. The greatest significance of dragon transformation is to coordinate with heavenly dragon art to release even more formidable power. This is also the point that Heavenly Dragon Sect half-immortals are most afraid of. If they fight, they have no chance of defeating Long Sanxing. Long Sanxing looked at the half-dead Long Chuanwu and said with sneer, Although this guy is still alive, he will suffer even more pain than death. Yuqian, you have done well. Just now Long Songxing said that killing Long Chuanwu would be rewarded handsomely. Qin Yun did not succeed, so he feels somewhat regretful. He doesn't dare to mention this matter again. He is somewhat afraid of Long Songxing from the bottom of his heart. Now he only wants to quickly obtain the Dragon and Phoenix Martial Spirit, and then go to 9 Dragon Devil Prison. Yuqian, I said before that killing Long Chuanwu would be rewarded handsomely, but now you have done very well. You made that guy live a life worse than death. Therefore, I will also give you the handsomely promised handsomely. Long Songxing said, Many thanks, grandfather. Qin Yun can only express his gratitude. Now he is worried that the dragon-searching plate and dragon spirit will be taken away by Long Songxing. He discovered that impersonating Long Yutian is very risky. Long Songxing took out a thick book, handed it over to Qin Yun, and said, This is the Tao King Talisman Canon that I obtained by chance. It contains the thoughts on crafting formidable Tao and King talismans. Maybe it will be useful to you. Qin Yun is extremely apprehensive. His hands are trembling as he took the book and then looked at Long Yutsong. Long Songxing gave him books related to runes. It means that he knows Qin Yun understands runes. Long Yutsong must have said something to Long Songxing. After Qin Yun accepted it, he hurriedly thanked him and did not look at it. At this time, he also walked to the side of the field to rest. Many of the Long family's older generation are very jealous because they really want to obtain that book. Long family people also recalled that not only Long Songxing is very strong, he is also a very strong inscription master. Therefore, he has a very high position in Long family. Qin Yun is resting on a bench outside the battle stage. He sent sound transmission to Long Yutsong beside him. Old brother, does your grandfather know my identity? Long Yutsong promptly replied, Originally I wanted to hide it from him, but he realized that you are not his grandson. However, he is still very grateful to you. Of course, I did not say that you're Qin Yun. I only said that you're a sect master of the inscription gate or something. This caused Qin Yun to feel a lot relieved. He feels that Long Yutsong is rather reliable. Long Yutsong also treasures his friendship with Qin Yun very much, so he doesn't dare to reveal Qin Yun's true identity. Because Qin Yun has Heavenly Lion Inheritance and Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron, there are things that are very fatal to their Long family. Next is Xian Rujing's turn. Xian Rujing looks very calm and collected. This caused people to feel somewhat strange because her fiancé has been crippled, and yet she does not feel even a bit sad. Earlier, she did not even go over. She also did not care about Long Chuanwu like before. But after everyone thought about it, they realized that Xian Rujing is not willing to marry a trash. So this kind of reaction is very normal. Even though Long Chuanwu used to be very talented, he is now a trash. It is very normal for him to be kicked away by someone. The youth who fought against Xian Rujing did not even go up on stage and forfeited. Many people understand why he forfeited. After all, no one knows what kind of mood Xian Rujing is in right now. Maybe Xian Rujing is enduring her grief? If he were to fight with her and she suddenly couldn't suppress her anger, she would definitely be killed. Even though it is evening now, the martial arts competition has not stopped. Qin Yun also went up on stage twice, but no one fought him. Everyone saw how Qin Yun beat up Long Chuanwu. Moreover, Long Tao was killed before. Everyone is afraid of death, so they forfeited before the fight even started. Nighttime. There are many large illuminating stones floating in the sky and all around the battle stage. Now, this is the final battle. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing did not fight much and rushed to the end. Because everyone else is afraid of these two death gods, they all forfeited and conceded. Therefore, there is no suspense in the final battle. It is Qin Yun and Xian Rujing. Even though it is nighttime, everyone's passion did not subside. Instead, they became even more excited. Xian Rujing was grabbed by that Baldy's dragon claw hand. Moreover, her fiancé was beaten until half of his body is paralyzed. I think she will definitely skin that Baldy alive. Xian Rujing is late-stage Martial King. She has a mysterious dual divine ability Martial King. Her Tao core must be very dreadful. Her strength must be very formidable. I wonder how Baldy will deal with her. If I were Baldy, I would forfeit. Even though he only grabbed Cien rouging through her clothes, it is enough for him to brag about for a lifetime. I have to say, Cien rouging is an ice sculpture fairy. She truly makes people want to conquer her. Many people are discussing with their imaginations, running wild. Cien rouging said, I lost to you in arm wrestling. I am not convinced. This time, I will use my true power to prove how strong I am. I will thoroughly defeat you. Last time, Cien rouging wanted to use her dual divine ability martial spirits, but before she could do so, she was suppressed by Qin. Therefore, she is not convinced in her heart. So you want to bet with me? You want to win the dragon spirit? Qin said with chuckle. Indeed, Cien rouging very confidently said, then looked at Heavenly Dragon sect people, hinting them to take out something to bet with Qin. Heavenly Dragon sect people promptly shook their heads. They don't want to be suckers anymore. It was because of Cien rouging that Long Chuanwu took out the dragon spirit to be in the limelight. Then all these things would not have happened. Heavenly Dragon sect people now recalled and realized that Cien rouging did not suffer too grave a loss. She only got her chest grabbed. And their Heavenly Dragon sect suffered disastrous losses. Qin is secretly disappointed because those Heavenly Dragon sect old guys finally woke up and did not jump into Cien rouging's pit again. Cien rouging is also cursing those old guys in her heart. Miss Cien, you don't have anything to bet with me. So forget about it. Qin said with smile. Don't think of using your smelly body as collateral. I don't want it. There are over 10,000 male spectators present. They are secretly looking down on Qin. He actually said that a beauty like Cien rouging is smelly body. This is a matter that hurts his self-esteem. Damned Baldy, I already said if you obtain my body, you can cultivate immortal veins. If this was immortal desolate, there would be a lot of people willing to exchange 10 dragon spirits with me. Cien rouging loudly cursed. My chastity is incomparably precious. Your broken dragon spirit is far from being comparable. So what? A shameless person like you. If you lose, you will just pat your butt and leave. At that time, forget about obtaining your body. I won't even be able to obtain your hair. Qin curled his lips and said. Cien rouging flew into rage. She arrived in front of Qin in a few steps and grabbed his collar. You bald bastard, when did I act shamelessly? Why don't you tell me? You wrestled with me before. After you lost, you bit me like a mangy dog. Don't bite me again, otherwise I will make you suffer. Qin yelled. Everyone cannot help but laugh, because they all know that Cien rouging bit Qin. This matter caused everyone present to be stupefied. A cold and elegant, noble, peerless beauty with style that can topple a city, suddenly biting people like a mad dog. This is indeed very shocking. Cien rouging is gritting her teeth in anger. It looks like she wants to bite people at any moment. You stay away from me, don't bite me. Even though I have only used Dragon Claw once, I have already cultivated it to perfection realm. Qin yelled. Bastard. Cien rouging promptly shook off Qin, then looked at those Heavenly Dragon sect elders and said, Seniors, if I use my bargaining chip to win back the dragon spirit, you cannot ask for it back. If you can win it back, it will be yours. A Heavenly Dragon sect elder said. Other elders also promptly nodded. It seems like they have completely given up on the dragon spirit. Otherwise, they will sink deeper and deeper. Qin said with smile, What bargaining chip do you have? Cien rouging took out a collar and said, This is slave governing collar. I will gift it to you. I'll give it to you. This is a celestial artifact. Qin promptly took it and carefully looked at it. He immediately became dumbfounded. This is indeed a very good immortal tool. He promptly contacted Xiao Yueme and found out what use this collar has. Cien rouging also said in loud voice, So long as you defeat me, beat me until I have no power to fight back. Then put this collar on my neck. I will let you do whatever you want. I will become your slave. Her words are filled with confidence. It spread all around the battle stage, causing people to be astonished. It is clear that she is serious. What if you feel that you can't beat me and concede? I won't have the chance to put this collar on you, Qin Yun said with smile. Then you will obtain this immortal tool. You won't suffer any loss. So long as it is not an immortal, you can use this immortal tool to enslave him. Later, if you meet a good half-immortal or martial emperor, tell your grandfather to beat them to the ground and enslave them. Xian Rujing said with smile. Now you can rest assured and gamble with me? Qin Yun thought about it and feels that he won't suffer any loss. Xian Rujing said again, Now I am worried that you will act shamelessly. Your grandfather is so strong. If I win and you don't hand over the dragon spirit, I won't be able to do anything to you. I will also have to bear a great risk. This woman is very awesome. Old boy, you should think it over clearly. Long Yutsong yelled. Qin Yun must win this battle. Only then he can take back the dragon and phoenix martial spirit. Therefore, he agreed to gamble with Xian Rujing. It is just to make some extra money in passing. All right, I promise you. It's a deal then. Just consider it as me casually making a slave governing collar. This is a very good immortal tool, Qin Yun said with smile. Chapter 863. Heavenly Tribulation Divine Ability. Qin Yun stored away the slave governing collar. He is very happy in his heart. He actually did not think of turning Xian Rujing into a slave. After all, she is an acquaintance. So long as I defeat her, I can obtain the dragon and phoenix martial spirit. The matter of entering the Dragon King Manor is also half done. After Qin Yun snatched back the dragon and phoenix martial spirit, he still needs to help Zi Qinsheng and Shui Tianzi remove the curse. He needs a large amount of immortal dragon blood. Qin Yun met Long Bei inside the 9-Dragon Devil prison. He is also an immortal dragon. Moreover, his appearance is not bad. It will be very easy to obtain immortal dragon blood. Xian Rujing began slowly retreating. She wants to distance herself from Qin Yun. She saw that Qin Yun's speed is very fast. If she gets too close, she will be at a disadvantage. Baldy, I hope you will keep your word. If you lose and don't give me the dragon spirit, we will perish together. Xian Rujing coldly groaned and said, That dragon spirit is an immortal dragon spirit. It must have some other use. That is why Xian Rujing wants to obtain it. Relax, I will not act shamelessly. But the condition is that you must defeat me. Qin Yun has some understanding of Xian Rujing's strength. The main thing is the power of her divine ability martial spirit. He only needs to be on guard. Clear and melodious bell sounds suddenly echoed. The battle has begun. Both Qin Yun and Xian Rujing quickly moved at the very beginning. Xian Rujing is standing motionless. Her entire body flickered with blue light, and she summoned a white-clothed, white-haired snow woman immortal. This snow woman immortal looks exactly like Xian Rujing. Her entire body is filled with very strong divine ability power. Qin Yun is more than 100 meters away from Xian Rujing. He leaped over like lightning and released supergravity and suffering divine ability power. These two kinds of power envelop Xian Rujing and Snow Woman Immortal. Xian Rujing reacted very quickly just now. After summoning the Snow Woman Immortal, she immediately sealed her own pain. Therefore, Qin Yun's suffering divine ability has no effect on her. On the other hand, supergravity has a very strong effect. It pressured Xian Rujing and Snow Woman Immortal to half squat down. Xiao xiao xiao. Qin Yun spread, opened his arms, and unleashed Dragon Tiger Violent Scale Chop. The scales are like countless sharp blades, flickering with golden light, and enveloping Xian Rujing and Snow Woman Immortal from all directions. Snow Woman Immortal let out an ethereal moan. She suddenly blew out a violent snowstorm that turned into a huge and ice-cold tornado. The ice and snow tornado had a strong suction force. It absorbed the power of the Dragon Tiger Violent Scale Chop in an instant. Moreover, as the tornado spun and twisted rapidly, it also shot out pieces of sharp blades made of ice crystals, enveloping the entire arena. Qin Yun was beaten to the point of dodging repeatedly. Those ice crystal blades are extremely terrifying. They are not ordinary ice. They contain a very strong divine ability power. 6 style Forging Dragon and Extinction Dragon Palm should not have any effect. Qin Yun is also thinking about what kind of move to use to deal with Xian Rujing. Xian Rujing is a late-stage martial king. Moreover, she came from a mortal desolate's immortal race. Her strength is certainly not weak. Those heavenly dragon sect half-immortals saw Xian Rujing suppressing Qin Yun, and their expression became somewhat unsightly. They were not optimistic about Xian Rujing before, but now they really did not expect that Xian Rujing would actually win. Screech. The berserk ice and snow tornado is revolving and whistling in the middle of the battle stage. Countless ice crystals are shooting out like arrows, unceasingly shooting in all directions. After those ice arrows pierced the ground, they were immediately absorbed by the tornado. There's basically no damage to them. Miraculously, when those ice arrows hit Xian Rujing's body, they entered into her body and did not cause any harm to her. Qin Yun can only release body protecting dragon handle. It is accompanied by a vibrating thunder and fire energy barrier to block those ice arrows. When those ice arrows landed on Qin Yun's barrier, they were all jolted and scattered. Although Qin Yun can block them, it is giving him a headache. Because if he is not careful, those ice arrows will penetrate his barrier and enter his body. What gives him a headache is that the Snow Woman Immortal is a helper summoned by Qin Yun. When attacking, the energy consumed by the Snow Woman Immortal is her own. It has nothing to do with Xian Rujing. It is just like when Qin Yun summoned the Nether Realm Heavenly Lion. This way, it is equivalent to Qin Yun facing two people. After the battle stage turned into a world of ice and snow, Xian Rujing is like a fish in water. She is hiding within the dense snowstorm. It is equivalent to being invisible. It is very difficult to detect her trace. And she has not appeared from beginning to end. Qin Yun looked at the unceasingly revolving huge ice and snow tornado. It is simply the source of calamity, so he must destroy it. Just as he is getting closer, Xian Rujing suddenly appeared behind him. "Get away from me." Xian Rujing's legs swept out. Her speed is very fast. Her slender and perfectly straight thigh is very powerful and rich in elasticity. It swept on Qin Yun's chest with a very strong power. Qin Yun has body-protecting dragon handle and vibrating thunder and fire energy barrier on his body, but he was still sent flying by Xian Rujing's kick and crashed into the barrier at the edge. Although Xian Rujing kicked Qin Yun, her thigh is still in pain. Xiao Yun, this woman is not an ordinary late-stage martial king. My super gravity has reached its limit, but I still can't suppress her. Ling Yin'er said. She must have unleashed her full power. Oh, that's right. You must be on guard against her second divine ability, martial spirit power. Qin Yun was sent flying by the kick. At the same time he is lying on the ground, countless ice arrows are violently flying towards him. Most dreadful thing is, behind those ice arrows, Xian Rujing's drifting and ice-cold, beautiful figure has appeared. Just as Qin Yun waved his fist and released vibration power to scatter the ice crystals, he saw Xian Rujing's ice-cold expression penetrating through the ice and frost. She is holding a long sword condensed from ice crystals in her hand. That sword pierced forward, the surrounding temperature suddenly dropped, a thick layer of ice and frost condensed. The sword tip is aimed at Qin Yun's throat. Boom! Ling Yun promptly controlled supergravity, turned it into a shield in front of Qin Yun, and rushed forward at the same time. Gotcha! Xian Rujing's ice crystal long sword collided with the formless and transparent supergravity and immediately shattered into pieces. And she was also pushed back by the supergravity and was sent flying. Qin Yun's heart is filled with lingering fear. He condensed his strongest power and pointed at the ice and snow tornado in the distance. As soon as piercing mountain and splitting earth finger appeared, a sharp and clear heaven-shaking thunderclap sound echoed. A black light pierced through the ice and snow tornado in a flash. A burst of tender shout came from inside. Snow Woman Immortal, who was hiding inside the ice and snow tornado, was hit by piercing mountain and splitting earth finger and fell to the ground. The ice and snow tornado also disappeared. Little sister Xuenu, you can go back, Xian Rujing said in urgent voice. Then a mist rushed out of her body, causing her white dress to flutter. This is a very strong, immortal power. Qin Yun is secretly alarmed. This woman is just a martial king, yet she has such level of immortal energy. This is truly seeing ghosts. Without those annoying ice arrows disturbing him, Qin Yun is also a lot more relaxed. You indeed have some strength. No wonder you could cripple along Chuan Wu. After exchanging blows with Qin Yun, Xian Rujing realized that Qin Yun's strength is very dreadful. It's good that you know. Qin Yun suddenly disappeared, but his voice is still reverberating on the battle stage. Everyone is watching very nervously, especially those martial kings. Each and every one of them feels that the difference between them and Xian Rujing is too great. Even some weak martial emperors feel that if Qin Yun and Xian Rujing join hands, even martial emperors would not be a match. Fine, I will let you experience the power of my second divine ability, martial spirit. After Xian Rujing finished speaking, a thunder and lightning suddenly leaped out. The purple-gold thunder and lightning is very thick. It is like a river surging towards a direction. Rumble. The thunder and lightning accurately hit Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun is using passing shadow extinction breath step. He is in a concealed state, yet he was hit by that purple-gold thunder and lightning. Moreover, his body is emitting smoke. Qin Yun originally wanted to fly over and launch a sneak attack, but now it seems like he has been hit by the thunder and lightning. He is lying on the ground. Black smoke is emitting from his back. Xian Rujing said with sneer, "This is my heavenly tribulation divine ability. It allows me to release tribulation thunder. Even though I am not an immortal, with my current cultivation, the tribulation thunder power I can release is enough to defeat you." While speaking, she lightly waved her lily-white hand, and another purple-gold thunder and lightning smashed down. Although Qin Yun promptly jumped and leaped away, the thunder and lightning seems to be even more fixated on him. It closely chased after him, firmly bit him, and finally landed on his body. Qin Yun has been hit again. Everyone burst into an uproar. None of them are not afraid of Xian Rujing's dreadful divine ability. Heavenly Dragon sect people exclaimed in admiration again and again. They know that Xian Rujing possesses this kind of divine ability, but they did not expect it to be this dreadful. Xian Rujing proudly smiled and said, "You cannot escape. Nobody can escape from heavenly tribulation." Her words caused all the half-immortal elders present to tremble in their hearts. When they were going through tribulation, many of them wanted to escape, but they were chased by the heavenly tribulation and were unable to escape. If Xian Rujing is a formidable immortal, then the tribulation power she released should be the same as half-immortal tribulation thunder. She can release tribulation thunder very easily. That Baldy will be slowly ground to death by this kind of tribulation thunder. This little girl, how can she master such dreadful divine ability? She is going to win. The dragon spirit is going to be taken away by her. Heavenly Dragon sect people sighed again and again. Continuous rumbling sounds resounded on the battle stage, as well as exploding purple-gold thunder and lightning, shaking the sky and illuminating the tranquil night sky. Xian Rujing is standing motionless. Her white clothes are fluttering. Her long hair is fluttering. She looks like an ice-cold, absolutely beautiful immortal. She is controlling formidable tribulation thunder power to hack down on Qin Yun. Qin Yun did not expect that Xian Rujing would master this kind of dreadful divine ability power. He was caught unprepared. Xian Rujing is late-stage martial king. She has very formidable power to begin with. Moreover, she also has many secret techniques. Qin Yun is facing Xian Rujing, who is going all out. It is simply impossible for him to block. In a short while, his skin and flesh are lacerated by the dreadful tribulation thunder. Chapter 864. Counterattack in desperate situation. Xian Rujing is now peerlessly elegant and cold, filled with majesty and arrogance. She has a kind of noble aura that makes it hard for people to look at her. Especially her voice is filled with killing intent. It causes people to feel fear. Tribulation thunderlanded on Qin Yun's body almost every moment. Qin Yun basically has no chance to stand up. At most, he can prop up his body with his hands and then be smashed down again by terrifying purple-gold thunder and lightning. Xian Rujing's absolutely beautiful jade-like face is filled with a cold and arrogant smile, seeing Qin Yun being beaten up like this. Baldy quickly conceded, "You are not my match," Xian Rujing coldly shouted. After she finished speaking, two white-clothed snow woman immortals appeared behind her. She can actually summon two snow woman immortals. This caused the audience to boil up again. Two snow woman immortals are standing on Xian Rujing's left and right side. The three of them look like triplets. They have the same cold and elegant appearance, same cold and arrogant noble temperament. The snow woman immortals who were injured by Qin Yun just now actually healed so quickly and even brought along a companion. Qin Yun is constantly being ravaged by tribulation thunder. Even though his back looks like it is blossoming, he is still not yielding. If I did not want to hide Heavenly Lion's power, I would have summoned Nether Realm Heavenly Lions and taught her a lesson. Qin Yun said in his heart. It is not a problem for him to summon 4 Nether Realm Heavenly Lions. Boom, boom, boom. Frantic purple-gold tribulation thunder kept shaking on the battle stage. Nobody knows how many times Qin Yun has been enduring this kind of berserk tribulation thunder. They only want to know when Qin Yun will concede. Qin Yun's astonishing perseverance and body strength caused people to feel astonished. Even Xian Rujing is endlessly apprehensive. She is very clear about a person's limit. And this Baldy's limit has already surpassed common sense. Even though you are initial stage Martial King, this kind of power is enough to show that your potential is very great. You should quickly concede. If I cripple you, you will regret it for the rest of your life. Xian Rujing said in cold voice. If this continues, her divine ability power will be completely consumed. Qin Yun already knew that Xian Rujing is very strong. Especially in energy aspect, she is a lot stronger than him. But he still believes that he could defeat Xian Rujing. Because Xian Rujing is inferior to him in 2 aspects. One is the strength of her body, and the other is her mental power. Qin Yun's mental power and physical body far exceeded his Dao core cultivation. This was also his most terrifying hidden power. It was just that he still couldn't make good use of this power. Those 2 Snow Woman Immortals also arrived at Qin Yun's side at this time. Hoo. It was as if they were dancing a beautiful dance. Their bodies slowly spun, and in an instant, they turned into 2 huge ice and snow tornadoes. This kind of ice and snow tornado, when spinning, can shoot out very strong ice arrows. Xiao. Countless ice arrows landed on Qin Yun's body, causing him to scream miserably. Now the tribulation lightning is not as dense as before. Previously, they landed on Qin Yun's body continuously. But now there was a gap. After the tribulation thunder stopped, ice arrows flew out and landed on Qin Yun's body. Then, another bolt of tribulation lightning fell. Although Qin Yun's scorched black body has split open and flesh can be seen, the ice arrows cannot penetrate his body. This is a mortal devil body. It is very tough and durable. Those ice arrows can only cause pain to Qin Yun. They cannot penetrate his body. Qin Yun can once again feel the formidable power of a mortal devil body, but he cannot avoid the pain. Xiao Yun, your advantage lies in your body and mental power. Even if you lie down and let her attack you, she will not be able to destroy you in a short time. Even though she is late-stage Martial King, her power is limited. Only if she is a Martial Emperor will she be able to cause fatal injury to you. What you need to do now is to endure. Ling Yuner said, Qin Yun is only initial stage Martial King. If he wants to defeat a talented late-stage Martial King, like Xian Rujing, he will have to pay a great price. And that price is to endure pain. Xian Rujing doesn't dare to approach because she is very clear about Qin Yun's methods. She is also worried that if Qin Yun fights to the death, she will be injured. You still don't concede? Xian Rujing furiously shouted. Why are you bitterly persevering? Your perseverance is meaningless. You will be defeated in the end. Qin Yun, who is being ravaged by the thunder and ice arrows, suddenly laughed heartily. He is bitterly persevering to obtain dragon and phoenix martial spirits. Xian Rujing certainly doesn't know the significance of dragon and phoenix martial spirits to him. What are you laughing at? Xian Rujing is not as calm as before because she cannot defeat Qin Yun even after a long time. I am laughing at you. You won't be able to hold on for long, right? Your two divine abilities also consume a lot of energy. Even though you are late-stage martial king, releasing divine ability power continuously will consume a lot of energy. Qin Yun finished speaking, and a tribulation thunder dropped down, causing him to shout in pain. So what? Even if I consume a lot of energy, do you think you can win? You have been seriously injured by me. You have no chance to turn defeat into victory. You should obediently concede. If you keep persevering like this, you will be defeated in the end. Why don't you quickly concede and avoid the pain? Xian Rujing said in cold voice. As long as I don't die, I will not concede. Qin Yun coughed out a mouthful of blood. His face is filled with determination as he said with smile, I will not lose to you. Today I must defeat you. Long Yuzong is completely convinced by Qin Yun's tenacity. Long Songxing also firmly clenched his fists and said, This guy's body has already reached an inconceivable level. Every time tribulation thunder and ice arrows landed on Qin Yun's body, everyone let out a burst of shout, because they all thought that Qin Yun would be thoroughly destroyed, but he always managed to endure. Xian Rujing also became nervous because releasing such formidable divine abilities consumes a lot of energy. If it was any other late-stage martial king, their energy would have already been drained dry. Only Xian Rujing can use Tribulation Thunder so many times in a row. Now, she can only use Tribulation Thunder at intervals. Moreover, the power of Tribulation Thunder is also gradually weakening by a lot. Now the main power attacking Qin Yun are the ice arrows released by the two Snow Woman Immortals. Qin Yun is silently counting the time between the Tribulation Thunder. He sensed that the time between the Tribulation Thunder is getting longer and decided to counterattack. Yuner, help me block the ice arrows. Qin Yun suddenly sent sound transmission to Ling Yuner. Just as a tribulation lightning fell on his body, he fiercely jumped up. This caused many people to cry out in shock. Everyone thought that he was half dead, but in the blink of an eye, he jumped up like a lively dragon or a lively tiger. At this time, two ice arrows swiftly shot over. Ling Yun released a super gravity, blocking the two ice arrows. At the same time, Qin Yun promptly unleashed his strongest mental power attack, Spirit Concentration Kill. He condensed all the mental power inside the Nether Moon and transformed it into a formless ray that shot towards Xian Rujing's head in the blink of an eye. Just as Xian Rujing was about to release Tribulation Thunder, she suddenly felt a kind of sharp pain coming from her soul. Qin Yun promptly unleashed Piercing Mountain, splitting Earth Finger towards the two Snow Woman Immortals. Two delicate cries could be heard. The two Snow Woman Immortals were sent flying and crashed into the barrier. That annoying ice and snow tornado also disappeared. Soon after, Qin Yun continued unleashing Spirit Concentration Kill, released formidable mental power, and frantically bombarded Xian Rujing. This sudden reversal caused everyone to become tongue-tied. Mental power attack. That bald brat is releasing very dreadful mental power. A heavenly dragon sect half-immortal shouted in alarm. This guy actually has such dreadful mental power. Even Xian Rujing can't block it. Xian Rujing is not easy to deal with. She should be able to fight back. Sure enough, Xian Rujing's mental power is being attacked again and again. She suddenly let out a cold shout. Two white light beams shot out from her eyes, and hit Qin Yun's head. Qin Yun is now very close to Xian Rujing. He has no time to dodge, and his head was hit by the white light. He only felt that the nether moon suddenly trembled and cracks appeared on its surface, causing him a splitting headache. Xian Rujing's mental power attack also damaged Qin Yun's nether moon. Qin Yun promptly stopped using mental power. Ling Yuner is also very cooperative. She suddenly released super gravity and smashed Xian Rujing to the ground. Soon after, Qin Yun released suffering divine ability power, causing Xian Rujing to scream miserably again and again. Boom, boom, boom. Qin Yun endured the headache and unceasingly released gravity to smash Xian Rujing. This elegant and noble immortal race woman has finally been knocked down. She is lying on the ground and groaning in pain. Qin Yun took out slave governing collar, dripped blood on it, and then quickly put it on Xian Rujing's body. Slave governing collar flickered with white light, then entered Xian Rujing's jade-like neck and disappeared without a trace. Xian Rujing screamed in a split second and then fainted. Old boy won. Long Yutsong shouted in excitement. Everyone found this result very hard to accept because no matter how they look at it, Xian Rujing was the strongest. She should have been able to crush her opponent, yet she lost in the end. That Baldy's body is very evil. He must be cultivating devil technique. Otherwise, he would not be this strong. His body is very formidable. He made Xian Rujing tired and then took the opportunity to counterattack. Formidable body is also a part of strength. This is equivalent to having strong defense. Xian Rujing is only strong in offense. Her defense is ordinary. She was too careless. She did not expect to be attacked by opponent's mental power. Indeed, she was too careless. Who told her to be so arrogant? Arrogant soldiers are bound to be defeated. Many people are discussing the battle one after another. Qin Yun also walked over, picked up Xian Rujing and said, "She is my slave. If I did not want to take her as my slave, I would have beaten her to a pulp." Heavenly Dragon sect people also can't say anything because Xian Rujing brought this upon herself. After all, she was wearing slave governing collar. Amidst everyone's clamorous discussion, the barrier opened. Long Sangxing walked over and poured power into Qin Yun and Xian Rujing to stabilize their injuries. My old boy won. Quickly hand over the dragon and phoenix martial spirit. Long Yutsong said. A long family old man hastily walked over and handed over a very large spirit sealing pearl to Qin Yun. Chapter 865. Return to the tower. Qin Yun has finally seized back the dragon and phoenix martial spirit, but his heart is still heavy. Because the curse of Zi Qingxing and Shui Tianzi requires the blood of a mortal dragon to remove. Long Yutsong said that they need a mortal dragon old ancestor's blood. Qin Yun doesn't know whether Long Bei's blood is good or not. He also wants to go find Long Bei and ask, "Brother." Long Yutsong saw Qin Yun suddenly become unstable and promptly went over to support him. Then he asked Bai Kexin to carry the unconscious Xian Rujing. "We are leaving." Long Yutsong carried the injured Qin Yun on his back and left the battle stage. Both Qin Yun and Xian Rujing also suffered injuries from the fight. Although Qin Yun was able to last until the end, his injuries were very serious. The moment he relaxed, he could no longer hold on. The exhaustion and pain made it difficult for him to stand firmly. Previously, he had relied entirely on his willpower to hold on. Long Chuanwu, who has been crippled, is receiving treatment at the side of the battle stage. He woke up now and saw Xian Rujing being carried by Bai Kexin. He promptly yelled, "Rujing! Where are they taking Rujing? Rujing is my fiancée, and I still need to rely on her to cultivate my immortal meridians. She is wearing the slave governing collar. She is that Baldy's slave." A heavenly dragon sect old man said with cold snort. Long Chuanwu made them lose their dragon spirit, and now he has been crippled. Although they feel heartache, they're also very angry because all of this was brought upon by Long Chuanwu himself. "What? My fiancé is someone else's slave? Rujing my immortal meridian, my life is so bitter." Long Chuanwu immediately felt endless grief. He was crippled, and his fiancée became someone else's slave. This caused him to feel incomparably unwell. He coughed crazily and coughed out a large amount of blood. Long Chuanwu coughed up blood and fainted. Elder, he can't hold on any longer. His mind is muddled from anger, and his heart vessels have been shattered. A middle-aged man said in a low voice, "Then let him die. Wastrel." The elders said angrily, "Then, how are we going to explain this to the higher-ups?" The middle-aged man was also helpless. I don't care anymore. He was the one who threw away the dragon soul. We have to think of a way to get it back." The elders said. Qin Yun and Xian Rujing were brought back to Long Yutsong's residence. Inside a very spacious room, Qin Yun and Xian Rujing are lying on a large bed. Both of them are sleeping. It was Bai Kaxian who took care of them. She changed them into clean clothes and let them sleep on the same bed. She only left the room after seeing that their injuries were stabilized. Qin Yun did not know how long he slept, but he was suddenly awakened by Ling Yun. "Xiao Yun, Xian Rujing is lying beside you. She is hugging you. She is your female slave. You could do whatever you want to her. Hee." Ling Yun said with a smirk. "Yuner, don't let your imagination run wild. I put that collar on her just for fun. I will take it off later. That collar is very precious," Qin Yun said. At this time, Xian Rujing woke up in a daze. She is indeed hugging Qin Yun to sleep. One of her long legs is still on Qin Yun's body. After she woke up, she suddenly thought of something. She remembered that she had lost and was knocked unconscious. She sat up abruptly. She discovered that there's a baldy holding his upper body lying beside her. It is the baldy she hates the most. Xian Rujing's hair is disheveled. She is wearing loose pajamas. She promptly checked her body and found that it is not being possessed. She immediately felt relieved. Slave governing collar. This bastard put slave governing collar on me. He is serious. Wretched bastard, wretched baldy. Thinking about this matter, Xian Rujing's beautiful eyes became moist. She started crying in grief. Qin Yun opened his eyes and saw Xian Rujing crying. He hastily said, "I did not do anything to you. I did not even touch you. It was you who hugged me to sleep. Damn baldy, I will bite you to death." Xian Rujing shouted, then sat on Qin Yun's body and bit his left chest. Ice Mother Tigress, shut up. Quickly let go of me. Don't force me to use Dragon Claw hand. Qin Yun screamed in pain. Xian Rujing is clearly throwing caution to the wind. She is biting Qin Yun's left chest with all her might. Qin Yun has no choice but to use his self-taught consummate skill Dragon Claw hand to grab Xian Rujing. Although Xian Rujing sensed it, she still did not let go and firmly bit Qin Yun's left chest. At this time, Long Yutsong and Bai Kaxian rushed in. They saw Xian Rujing sitting on Qin Yun's thigh and biting his left chest, and immediately smiled ambiguously. You guys continue. Bai Kaxian's face turned red, and she promptly left the room. After Long Yutsong closed the door, Xian Rujing also let go. Qin Yun also let go and said in anger, "Ice Mother Tigress, do you want to eat me?" Xian Rujing tidied up her clothes and said with a sobbing tone, "I have already become someone else's slave. What meaning is there in my life? Before I die, I will skin you alive." Qin Yun promptly put on his clothes and said, "It was you who wanted to bet with me. You must be willing to lose. You can't blame others." Xian Rujing really did not expect that she would lose. With her strength, it would be very difficult for her to lose. But she did not expect that Qin Yun's body and mental power would be so strong. He actually used a sneak attack and knocked her unconscious. Actually, Qin Yun's nether moon was almost cracked by Xian Rujing's attack. Even now, his nether moon has not completely recovered. It can be seen that Xian Rujing's mental power is also very strong. If I become your slave, you will surely bully me very cruelly in the future. You bullied me just now. You scratched me so painfully. Xian Rujing no longer has that cold and aloof fairy appearance. She now looks like a girl who has suffered grievances. Her eyes are dripping with tears. Because of that collar, Xian Rujing doesn't dare to kill Qin Yun, otherwise she will also die. Moreover, if Qin Yun wants, he can make her soul suffer. All right, big sister Rujing. I am that surnamed Yun. I just wanted to play around with you. I will take it off now, Qin Yun said with a smile. Xian Rujing looked at the baldy in front of her and is immediately stunned. After being stunned for a while, she cried even more miserably with a wah sound. Qin Yun promptly went over and comforted her. Big sister Rujing, I will take off the slave governing collar. Don't cry. I am truly that surnamed Yun. We entered the depths of the dragon cave and obtained that mysterious Tao technique. You bastard, turtle egg. Why didn't you say so earlier? Xian Rujing loudly cried and bit Qin Yun's shoulder. Why are you biting me again? We are on the same side. Don't bite me. Qin Yun yelled in low voice. He doesn't dare to grab Xian Rujing again. Xian Rujing bit for a while and then let go. She also calmed down, wiped her tears, and said while sobbing, that slave governing collar, after I put it on, I can never take it off. My soul will be together with it forever. After Qin Yun heard this, he forced a smile and said, I will not truly enslave you. You will still be free later. You bastard, why didn't you say so earlier if you were that surnamed Yun? Earlier you used that dragon claw to grab me twice. You deliberately wanted to take advantage of me. Xian Rujing sat on the bed and cursed while crying. I just didn't want to expose my identity. Who knows if you would cooperate with me or not? What if you exposed me? Qin Yun curled his lips and said, Then give me some compensation. Give me that dragon spirit. Xian Rujing stopped crying and said with a charming groan, That won't do. Qin Yun promptly shook his head, then said in deadly earnest, How about this? I will use my body to compensate you. Scram! Xian Rujing shouted. Qin Yun sat on the bedside and said, Long Chuan Wu is already crippled. You already didn't want him as your fiancé. I helped you get rid of him, and you still haven't thanked me. Xian Rujing cursed in low voice. Those Regent Origin stones you took from me, consider it my thanks to you. Qin Yun laughed and said, I will return those Regent Origin stones to you. Xian Rujing's Regent Origin stones are not very important to Qin Yun now, because he still has King Energy Origin pills and Regent Origin stones that other people lost to him. Xian Rujing promptly took a storage bag, looked inside, and said again, What about Dragon and Phoenix Martial Spirit? What use do you have for them? If you have no use for them, give them to me. Truth be told, I infiltrated the Dragon King Manor because of the Dragon and Phoenix Martial Spirit. Qin Yun let out a long sigh and then informed Xian Rujing about the origin of the Dragon and Phoenix Martial Spirit. After Xian Rujing heard this, she also didn't want it. All right, I want to go to 9 Dragon Devil Prison. I could not defeat that guy from 9th floor. He only let me out to participate in the martial arts competition. I still have to fulfill my promise and go back. Qin Yun said, You will be free from now on. Xian Rujing got down from the bed, took out a light blue long skirt, and put it on. Her cold and arrogant noble temperament has returned. Don't you die inside. I am not worried about you. I am worried about myself, Xian Rujing said in cold voice. Qin Yun immediately thought of the slave governing collar. If he dies, Xian Rujing will surely be affected. Relax, I won't die. Do you want to continue staying in Dragon King Manor, or do you want to take a stroll outside? Qin Yun asked. I will wait for you to come out. I want to use Regent Origin stones to cultivate and become peak stage martial king, Xian Rujing said. All right. Qin Yun nodded. Both of them left the room. Long Yutsong and Bai Kexin saw them, but they did not ask anything. They only greeted them. Old brother, I still want to take a trip to 9 Dragon Devil Prison. I promised Long Bei that after the martial arts competition is over, I will return. Qin Yun said. What? This? How long will it take? Long Yutsong asked in amazement. I don't know, I might be in prison for a very long time. Qin Yun shook his head. All right, I will inform grandfather. Long Yutsong nodded. Qin Yun left Long Yutsong's residence alone and rushed towards 9 Dragon Devil Prison. Xian Rujing asked for a secret cultivation room from Long Yutsong and entered seclusion inside. Not long after, Qin Yun arrived at the bottom of 9 Dragon Devil Prison. He took out the command token and flew towards the 9th floor. When he approached, he was sucked in. As soon as Qin Yun entered the 9th floor, he saw the gray-clothed Long Bei. "Senior, I have returned," Qin Yun said. "I'm somewhat surprised that you can return. I thought you would run away." Long Bei opened his eyes and laughed. "Even if you ran away, I would not be able to catch you." Chapter 866. Hunter Totem hearing Qin Yun's words. Long Bei chuckled and said, "You are not a Long family member, yet you are pretending to be a Long family member to sneak in. Moreover, you have mastered Extinction Dragon Palm. I don't trust your integrity. Tell me honestly, you did not just leave and came in 9 Dragon Devil Prison. What is your purpose?" Qin Yun thought that if he truly left Dragon King Manor, this Long Bei would not be able to do anything to him. But he still came to 9 Dragon Devil Prison. He indeed has a purpose. "Senior, I have 2 friends who have been afflicted by a curse. It was placed by a Long family elder. According to my information, it requires immortal dragon's blood to remove the curse." Qin Yun said, "It seems like you know that I am an immortal dragon." Long Bei said. Qin Yun nodded and said, "Senior, you suppressed your cultivation. It is impossible to see through your immortal dragon. It was some Long family elders outside who told me. Only then did I know." Long Bei walked to a window, looked outside, and said with a long sigh, "My cultivation has been suppressed by others. It is to prevent me from entering immortal desolate. The curse you mentioned can't be removed with my blood." Qin Yun also heard that Long Bei is a captured dragon. His strength is restricted to a certain extent. Moreover, he has deep resentment towards Dragon King Manor. He was captured and locked up here to protect the Dragon King Manor. "Why?" Qin Yun asked. "That's because I wasn't the one who created that curse. It is created by another immortal dragon. He is the strongest existence." Long Bei's voice is filled with sorrow. "I am not that immortal dragon's match. Could it be that there is no other way?" Qin Yun is also somewhat sad. Long Bei looked at Qin Yun and said, "Unless you become the strongest half-immortal and use Extinction Dragon Palm to defeat him, you will not have any chance to obtain his blood." Qin Yun let out a sad sigh and said, "Senior, how is your grandson Wu Long now?" Long Bei said, "I will guide him for a few days. If he really cannot block Extinction Dragon Palm, I will not force him." Qin Yun thought for a bit and asked again, "Senior, what is going on with that bloody evil dragon cave below Dragon King Manor? That's an underworld." "Oh, you went there?" Long Bei was somewhat surprised. Some time ago, I went in with a group of people." Qin Yun simply explained the situation below to Long Bei. The bloody evil dragon cave was built by a devil dragon of the Long family. That devil dragon is still down there. In order to lure people in, he placed a precious Dao technique there, causing many Long family people to take the risk to enter. Long Bei tightly frowned while talking about this matter. "Mystic dragon? How strong is he?" Qin Yun is secretly startled. He and Xian Rujing entered the depths of the devil dragon before, but they did not encounter it. He has the same strength as an immortal, but he only dares to hide below. Once they come out, they will be sucked into the immortal desolate. He is a devil dragon. If he enters immortal desolate and carelessly enters a mortal's territory, he will be captured. Long Bei said, "Does that devil dragon have a good relationship with the Long family?" Qin Yun curiously asked. "Some of the Long family's dragons are captured by them. Some willingly cooperated with them and promised to protect them. And I was captured. Moreover, I was captured in immortal desolate and brought to this place. That was a matter of many years ago." Recalling this matter, Long Bei's expression is filled with grief and indignation. "Senior, you are so strong. How can you be controlled?" Qin Yun asked in amazement. "When I was captured, I was still a little dragon, brought to Spirit Desolate by heavenly dragon sect people. They put on the beast governing collar. Even though it is a very low-quality beast governing collar, it is enough to shackle my soul and let them control my life and death." Long Bei somewhat helplessly said. What grade is the beast governing collar? Qin Yun's eyes lit up and hastily asked. Long Bei pulled up his sleeve and saw that there's a light golden bracelet on his wrist. It is the beast governing collar. Dao, tool level. Qin Yun faintly smiled. I might be able to break this toy. I have never dared to try breaking it, because if something goes wrong, I will die. Long Bei shook his head. Then who is controlling your soul now? Qin Yun asked. It has always been the Dragon King Manor's Mana Master. I have not seen him for many years. He must be in seclusion. Long Bei said. Senior, if I help you break this beast governing collar, can you help me get the blood of that immortal dragon? Qin Yun asked. If you truly help me break free from other people's control, of course I will be happy to help you. It will be very difficult for me to kill that immortal dragon, but injure him and get some blood. Long Bei shook his head and smiled. But it is impossible for you to help me break free from this beast governing collar. Why are you so sure? Qin Yun curled his lips and said, I won't let you try. If I try to break the beast governing collar, my soul will be in great pain. It will be a kind of life worse than death. I don't want to try it again. Long Bei said. Qin Yun also feels that Heavenly Dragon Sect has some skill. They can actually subdue this immortal dragon. Long Bei entered the 8th floor to guide Wu Long's cultivation. Wu Long is not Long Bei's real grandson. He is only a little dragon brought in by Heavenly Dragon Sect. Later he made a mistake in his cultivation and was thrown into this 9-dragon devil prison. Qin Yun reported the situation to Xiao Yuanmei inside the 9-sun divine soul. Xiao Yuanmei is also thinking of a countermeasure. After a while, Xiao Yuanmei said, Brother, if you can convince Long Bei to let little Mo help him break free from the beast governing collar, he will be able to deal with the other immortal dragon. At that time, you and I will have the opportunity to capture that immortal dragon. Qin Yun feels that it will be very difficult and said, getting the blood of that immortal dragon will be very good. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile, Brother, this Dragon King Manor is not like Immortal Weapon Palace. There's a barrier in Immortal Weapon Palace that allows immortals to move freely inside, but Dragon King Manor does not. Qin Yun has been wondering about this problem before, but now he understands. Because the 2 immortal dragons have a secret technique to suppress their cultivation. They are not sucked into Immortal Desolate. In other words, when the time comes, the immortal dragon they will face will at most be 6th tribulation half-immortals. Brother, I will give you the blueprint of a flag formation. It is specially used to seal dragons. Xiao Yuanmei said, Blueprint? Did you use that formation frequently in your past life? Where did you get it? Qin Yun asked. The blueprint is in my memory. In my past life, you helped me refine it. I have memorized the process of making that formation. I can use my mirror to show you the things in my memory. When the time comes, you should be able to understand. Xiao Yuanmei giggled and said, All right. Qin Yun can only do as Xiao Yuanmei says. First, he persuaded Long Bei to try breaking the beast governing collar. Long Bei doesn't want to try because he is afraid that if the collar is destroyed, he will die. These past few days, Qin Yun has been looking at a mirror. It is precisely Xiao Yuanmei's mirror. Through the mirror, Qin Yun can see that his past life is very attentively carving runes on some small flags. Most of them are star and moon runes, as well as a sun rune, and then some totem runes. Whether it is star and moon runes, sun runes, or totem runes, they're all very complex. If it were only star and moon runes, Qin Yun would have no problem, but the sun rune is not something he can carve right now. Very difficult, Qin Yun said with frown. Brother, which one is the most difficult? Xiao Yuanmei asked. Sun rune. That sun rune is not something I can carve right now. That totem rune is fine, but what kind of totem is it? Qin Yun cannot understand the totem for a moment. Hunter totem. This kind of totem power is very effective against all kinds of beasts. Xiao Yuanmei said with smile. What about the sun rune? I can't carve it now. Qin Yun said. Didn't you say that Long Yutsan's grandfather is a very awesome inscription master? You should be able to carve it. You should think of a way to have a chat with him. Just consider it as giving him the sun rune. Xiao Yuanmei said. What kind of sun rune is that? Qin Yun did not expect that Xiao Yuanmei would have this kind of sun rune in her memory. Beast governing sun rune, Xiao Yuanmei said. In order to catch a dragon, I spent great effort to give it to you. So you're giving it to Long Sangxing just like that? Qin Yun asked. You are not a beast. Even if you give him this kind of sun rune, he will not use it on you. Moreover, according to your description, this guy has enmity with Long family and heavenly dragon sect people. You can rope him in, Xiao Yuanmei said with evil smile. Qin Yin can only memorize the sun rune. After leaving 9 Dragon Devil prison, he will go find Long Sangxing to discuss this matter. Now, the most important thing is to deal with Long Bei. He is a very powerful helper. Several days passed by. Long Bei brought Wu Long up. As soon as Wu Long saw Qin Yun, his handsome face filled with arrogance became filled with cold anger. Grandfather, this time I will surely defeat this guy. Wu Long looked at Qin Yun with complete confidence. Just as Qin Yun is considering whether or not he should throw the fight, he heard Long Bei say, Little demon, don't let Wu Long win. You must defeat him to leave 9 Dragon Devil prison. All right, I will defeat him. Qin Yun is also filled with confidence. Although Wu Long is very strong, and he is a dragon, Qin Yun's power is specialized in restraining dragons. Even if he faces a dragon with higher cultivation, he can still put up a fight. Wu Long has been learning how to block Extinction Dragon Palm these past few days. Now that he can finally fight against Qin Yun, he is very excited. Baldy, last time I lost to you because I was not prepared enough. This time, I will make you suffer a crushing defeat. Wu Long is very impatient to fight. He signaled Long Bei to start the fight. Long Bei said, Wu Long, you must remember my words. As long as you properly defend against his Extinction Dragon Palm, you will not lose. Chapter 867. Meeting evil god again. Long Bei saw that Wu Long is still so complacent he can only shake his head and sigh, then loudly shouted, Begin! The battle has begun. From the beginning, Wu Long covered his body with dragon scales, making him look like he was wearing a set of golden armor. Wu Long's arms also turned into dragon claws. While rushing over, a long golden tail appeared behind his waist. This is the dragon transformation state. Wu Long himself is a dragon, so he can very easily enter this state. This is also very strong because he can borrow the power of a dragon. Qin Yun saw Wu Long rushing over and released super gravity and suffering divine ability power. They transformed into transparent energy wave and rushed towards Wu Long. The dragon scales released by Wu Long are very strong. They can actually resist the attack of suffering divine ability power and supergravity. Although he could block it, the speed at which he rushed over had also become much slower. Bastard! Wu Long felt a resistance and furiously shouted. Bursts of energy burst out from his body and pushed back the supergravity. And Qin Yun suddenly disappeared. He used passing shadow extinction breath and appeared several tens of meters behind Wu Long. He joined his 2 fingers together and pointed at Wu Long's back. Bang! Thunderclap trembling sound echoed. Qin Yun's 2 fingers shot out a black light that is like lightning and attacked Wu Long's back. He used piercing mountain splitting earth finger. After many of the dragon scales on Wu Long's back were hit, they suddenly exploded into many fragments. His body flew forward and hit the wall. The dragon scales on Wu Long's back flew off, but very soon they grew back again. Qin Yun promptly rushed over and released a gravity wave to continue pressuring Wu Long. Then he engaged in close combat and unleashed Forging Dragon 6 style. Boom, boom, boom. Each of Qin Yun's punches are filled with great momentum. They are like gale and huge waves, mountains crumbling and earth splitting. The explosive punches are like hammerheads smashing down, giving rise to bursts of violent thunder and violent energy wave. They smash down on Wu Long's back again and again. Long Bei slightly frowned seeing this and said in low voice, This human is actually hiding such formidable power inside his body. Could it be that he was born to be a dragon hunter, specialized in restraining dragons? Waves of explosions echoed in the ninth floor. Wulong is being oppressed by Qin Yun to the point that he is completely powerless to resist. He can only loudly roar and shout. Qin Yun did not use the Extinction Dragon Palm. Instead, he used the power of the Heavenly Lion. Through the Heavenly Lion totem martial arts, he secretly displayed the Heavenly Lion's lightning force and struck out with the six-style Forging Dragon. Longbei looked for a while, then his pupils suddenly shrunk. It's Heavenly Lion martial arts. How many restraining techniques does this guy have? At the beginning, Wulong was very confident. But not long after, he was beaten until he cried out in pain. Qin Yun's fists kept bombarding Wulong's face, causing his face to become deformed and many dragon scales scattered on the ground. Wulong is not Qin Yun's match. I lost, I admit defeat. Wulong loudly howled while crying. Although he admitted defeat, he was still sent flying by Qin Yun's punch and hit the wall. Damn Baldy, I've already admitted defeat. Why are you still hitting me? Wulong loudly shouted, tears and blood mixed together on his face. If you have guts, wait for me for 200 years. See how I will kill you. Qin Yun looked at Long Bei, spread out his hands, and said, Sorry, I won again. At this time, Wulong's eyes suddenly turned red. His expression became malevolent, and he loudly shouted, Damn Baldy, I want to kill you. I want to kill you. I want to become a devil dragon. I want to obtain formidable evil power. Evil God, please bestow me power. After Long Bei saw this, he promptly walked over and knocked Wulong unconscious with one palm strike. He let out a long sigh and heartache and said, This little guy, because he was defeated by others before, he was not willing to admit defeat and walk to the extreme. He let evil God possess his body and obtained formidable evil power, then started a massacre. Qin Yun still has evil God's devil horn. He is already used to this kind of thing. He only feels that evil God is truly everywhere. Could it be that there is no cure? Qin Yun said, As long as one is infected by evil God's evil poison, there is no cure. We can only restrain it. Long Bei helplessly sighed and said, Wulong has completely fallen into the evil devil Dao, unless we can purify his soul that has been corrupted by evil God. Qin Yun said, Evil God is truly evil. It is everywhere. Apparently some people even researched a sacrificial ritual to summon evil God's possession. That kind of sacrificial ritual is very vicious. One must kill many people to succeed. Long Bei said, Senior, you just said purify the soul that has been corrupted by evil God. How exactly do you do it? Qin Yun curiously asked. Generally speaking, people who have fallen into the devil Dao have their soul and martial spirit corrupted by evil thoughts and evil power, especially those who have been bestowed power by evil God. It is the most serious. If we can expel the evil power from the soul and martial spirit, we can achieve the effect of purification. Long Bei said. Qin Yun promptly recalled all kinds of methods in the soul refining technique. Among them, there's a chapter on soul-body purification. It is to use the purest energy to purify the corrupted energy on the soul body. Qin Yun has overwhelming righteous martial spirit. It means that he has the purest energy. Senior, maybe I can give it a try. There shouldn't be any risk. I have overwhelming righteous martial spirit. Moreover, I know soul refining technique. There shouldn't be any problem, right? Qin Yun said. Soul refining technique. Overwhelming righteous martial spirit. Long Bei looked at Qin Yun with some shock. Qin Yun promptly released the overwhelming righteous power. After Long Bei saw this, he inhaled a long mouthful of air, nodded his head, and said, Quickly give it a try. Long Bei was captured very early on. He also has no descendants. After Wulong was raised by him, he treated Wulong as his own grandson and doted on him very dearly. Qin Yun promptly placed his hand on Wulong's abdomen and sensed the dragon spirit inside Wulong's body. Not long after, he sensed that there is a ball of evil power inside Wulong's dragon spirit. That ball of evil power looks like it has many roots. It is coiling around the dragon spear inside and out. After Qin Yun grasped the situation of the dragon spirit, he promptly unleashed overwhelming righteous power and poured it into the dragon spirit to eliminate the evil power entangling the dragon spirit. Wulong's body unceasingly emitted a very dense black gas. "It's effective." Long Bei is very happy. He somewhat excitedly yelled. Qin Yun is also amazed by evil god's power. It can actually take root so deeply. He used very strong, overwhelming righteous power to purify the evil power. One day and one night passed by. The sky of 9 Dragon Devil Prison's 9th floor is filled with black gas. This is the evil power with consciousness. The black gas transformed into a malevolent head. It furiously roared. "It's you again, always ruining my good matter. Go to hell, evil god." Qin Yun blasted a punch towards the head formed from black energy. Strong, overwhelming righteous energy surged like a great river and rushed over. "Just wait for me. I will find you sooner or later," evil god furiously said. The black head also suddenly disappeared. Qin Yun let out a long sigh and wiped his sweat. "Thank you very much, little brother." Long Bei's expression is filled with respect as he looked at Qin Yun. After all, he is someone who dares to challenge evil god. "Senior, no need to be polite. Inside Wulong's dragon spirit, there is still devil intent. It comes from his own heart." Qin Yun sighed and said, "That is the most difficult to expel. He can only rely on himself. Otherwise, he will still draw in evil god power." Long Bei said, "It would be good if you were a Dao inscription master. You would be able to carve devil sealing Dao rune on Wulong's dragon spirit." After Qin Yun heard this, he faintly smiled and said, "Senior, I won't hide it from you. I am not only a soul refining master, I am also a Dao inscription master." Long Bei sized up Qin Yun again and said in disbelief, "Is this true? You are so young. Not only your strength is formidable, you are also a soul refining inscription master? Show me the devil sealing Dao rune." Qin Yun said.